And what are
So
you
y'all
up
gonna start
to?
playing. I really just came back in the house. I was outside. Oh, we live, by the way. What's up, y'all? Y'all come on in. But I just
What's
came from
up, people?
outside. I was out there just kind of doing a little once over, um, checking everything. Hey, I know y'all
Okay.
want to play, but y'all wait till I go live to start playing. This is out of order.
They say they want to be a part of the live.
Baby, they down there rolling and playing with each other. I don't mind them playing. They tend to be kind of, my dogs are kind of vocal. They don't bark a lot, but when they play, they they sound like they fighting, but they ain't.
That's how they like to play.
Yeah, like kids, like when kids play, be hollering and stuff. But it don't be nothing wrong with them. They just be hollering and laughing, and
Yeah, I tune them out.
But yeah,
I
I
tune
went
them
out there
out
to.
unless somebody try to come find me, or like if it get quiet, then I'll be like, oh
Yeah,
snap,
yeah,
it's
that's how my
quiet.
mama was. My mama used to say that all the time. She said, "Girl, I knew you was into something when you got quiet." She said, "When you was real, real little and you get quiet, I know to check your mouth because you done put something in your mouth." And she said she would come in the room and just reach in my mouth and get whatever it is, get it out.
Cause why you not making no noise?
Exactly, because she be like, "Yeah, you be in there by yourself, but you would be in there singing and talking and stuff, and then
Right.
all of a sudden you quiet. Let me go check on this child." But yeah,
Still
that's
true.
But girl, how was your networking thing last week?
It was great. It was so fun.
Come here.
So
Come here, baby. Oh
there's
Lord.
this lady
Hey, hey,
that
boo.
she puts together events, and for the most part it's like building awareness for illnesses, especially like illnesses that you can't look at a person and tell
Mm-hmm.
that they have. Like this particular person, she's on dialysis. Um, so anyway, she always gets a whole bunch of like positive people in the room. So every time you go, it's cool because you get to like follow all these other black women. Like I found another black owned, the lady that was serving the champagne. And it was pretty good too. I was like, okay, girl. And then when I went on Instagram, I already followed her, probably from another post that she had done. So it was fun. She always does like color themes. I'm like, girl, you always give me, a chance to get a new dress or something.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. It was like orange and teal was the
Hey,
theme or
Shay.
whatever. So it was cute, it was fun. I met a lot of people, and then the next event that they have coming up is called Boss Be Well, and they were talking about like mental health and different things. And I was like, girl, I grow food, so like in case you need somebody to come talk about growing food, because we can be well if we let our food be our
Yeah,
medicine.
I find a lot of people that have, even if they're not major mental health problems, like people who struggle with depression, they do better when they have some type of hobby, and gardening is one of the good ones. Same
Mm-hmm.
thing with
Putting your
people who
hands in the dirt, therapeutic.
yeah, same thing with people who they say when you're bipolar, it helps. I
Hmm.
think just having something that gives you some type of gratification helps with mental health, and gardening definitely can be gratifying. So yeah, I can see.
Yes. Yeah, when I
Yeah,
emailed her,
animals.
she was like, "Send
Shay,
me more about it." I said, you practice faith in the garden. You'd be
yeah,
believing in the seeds before they
yeah,
even sprout out,
yeah.
and you got to perseverance too. Because let me tell y'all, some of my seedlings died. Some of our seedlings that we planted together, the leaf miners took them out,
Oh my
y'all.
God.
Oh,
Shay said animals are therapeutic too. I agree with that.
true.
That's
I
probably
hear
why.
you live longer. Like older people, especially, like live longer when they have pets.
Yeah, my neighbor up the street. So I have a neighbor up the street. They lived there first, and then the husband, his mother, ended up renting the house across the street. So now he lives across the street from his mother, and his mother is 84, I think, or something like that. and her dog died earlier this year. She had had a dog for like 14 years, and she died. And at first, he was like, "Well, I don't think she needs another dog. She's 84, blah, 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 blah." And I told him, I said, "Well, look, I'm not trying to be in your business. That's between," because he does help her. Like, she does get her retirement and Social Security and stuff, but you know how it is. Your kids are probably still gonna help you with certain things. And
Yeah.
so he kind of was looking at the financials of it, like, well, she's on a fixed income. She don't really. I said, yeah, I feel what you're saying. I said, but understand that this lady has had pets her whole life. And I said, she's also alone quite a bit, because I'm gonna be honest, his kids, he got 2 kids, and his kids barely go over there and see their grandmama. I don't know how they doing it, because if my grandmama lived across the street, when I tell you, she would have to beat me out of her house with a stick, because I
Me
wish my
too.
granny lived across the street. My granny didn't live far from me, but she didn't live across the street. If she lived
My
across
granny
the
lives
street,
far from me.
that's what I'm saying. Like, and I told him that. I said, I don't see how. I said, I don't think your kids really understand how good it is to have a grandmother, because they don't even see the value of really coming over here. Like, they don't even
Mhm.
really spend time with her. And so, like I said, I don't know if y'all
But that
remember
was something that should be instilled in them, like in the first place.
it. See, but don't give girl, because I could talk all day about that. But so when y'all hear me talking in my videos and I say I go check on the elderly lady up the street, that's the lady who I be checking on. I go check on her.
Mhm.
She 84. I go take her stuff out the garden. She used to garden, but her mobility. So she was born with scoliosis, which is a curve in your spine, and it actually was pretty bad. It was to the point where she had to have 7 or 8 surgeries in her childhood to try to correct some of that. But if you know anything about scoliosis, it's never completely, it's very, very hard to get your spine. If you weren't born with it right, it's very hard for doctors to straighten it. They can do the best they can do, but long story short, they was able to give her a certain quality of life. Like, she's been a nurse, she's been a professor at a university, so she's done things. It's not like she's completely crippled. But at what I'm saying is, now that she's gotten older, those rods and stuff in her back,
It's
they
harder
have
for
been
her.
in there for 40, 50, 60 years. So
Mm.
it's catching up with her mobility. She can still walk and things, but she can't garden the way that she wants to. She does still do flowers and stuff, but something more intensive like a vegetable garden, she's not able to do. So she kind of gardens vicariously through me. She has her flowers and stuff, but I always ask her, if it's anything that she wants for me to plant, and if I can do it, I'll plant it for her and take it to her. So, like, some of my squash
Okay.
I took to her, and she loves mustard greens. So I took mustard greens and I planted some more mustard greens. So I'll be able to take her some, through the fall and winter and stuff. But yeah, I'll be going to go check on her because her grandkids. And she said, and then I told the son, I said, first of all, the dog is helping lengthen her life. She's there by herself all the time. So she don't have to be completely alone.
It's
She
like
have her dog.
company. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dogs
And
have
and see,
personalities. They sweet.
and he don't get it because he got a wife. He got 2 kids. He's never at home by himself. He wish he was at
Yeah,
home.
he
But
busy.
but I said
He
your
wish
life.
he was at home by himself.
I said your life is not her life though. You know what I'm saying? And real talk, I told him, I said you could be at home alone a little bit more alone, or you and your wife could get more alone time had you trained those children to go to their grandmamas. They should
Yeah.
be going over. I'm telling you, my granny would have got so sick of me. She'd have been calling my parents, please come get your child, because she's still over there.
It's a
She over
blessing.
there. I'm
I don't
lying. My
think
granny
people
wouldn't have did that.
understand how much of a blessing it is to have your grandparents still alive. I only had one granny,
Yeah,
and then she passed away when I was in 7th grade.
yeah,
And she
yeah.
lived
See,
in Hannibal, Missouri, and I lived in
so it was a
Houston,
long way
Texas.
away. Yeah, so you
Yeah, now
couldn't
my
see it how
mom,
you
she
wanted
definitely
to.
would get on that freeway, but
You
that's not the
didn't. It
same, like
was,
you said,
yeah,
as somebody
yeah,
being across the
yeah.
street, stuff like
Because
that.
my great grandmother lived in East Texas, so it took us about an hour and a half, 2 hours if it was traffic to get to my great grandmother. And I didn't get to see her as much, but like you said, my mama, she would, like, when my great grandmother was living. Like I said, because I lost my mother's mother, my grandmother, because she died before I was born, I think my mother made it a point to make sure that I knew my great grandmother,
Hmm.
because it wasn't like my great grandmother was the matriarch. Nobody was older than her on that side. I had my great uncles and great aunts, which were her kids, my grandmother's siblings. But so she made it a point, and we would go once every 2 weeks, once every week, sometime like sometime holidays. It just depended on what was going on. But my granny lived in the same city as me. So granny lived 5 minutes from the house. So, I was seeing her real regular. So, that's my dad's mom. So my mama was like, nah, she going to go see her daddy, mama. She going to go see my people too. So, and my great
Right?
grandmother died when I was 12. I mean, she was 90. She was in her 90s. I can't remember if she was 93 or 94, but she was in her 90s. But yeah, I miss her. Like she was so fun. Like I said, she had so many different stories. That was the great grandmother that my grandmothers were very opposite. My daddy's mama was very much, I love her, but she kind of, I ain't gonna lie, she kind of worshipped white people. She worked for white people most of her life. Like in her life, all she ever saw was white people having stuff. My great grandmother was not like that. My great grandmother grew up in a black community where, I ain't gonna say they was rich, but they didn't go without. They didn't go without.
Mhm.
Like all of that. Like, so my great grandmother also was the one that, if the Klan was gonna ride, they was tempted to try that in East Texas. And so she was the one that knew how to shoot, knew how to use an axe, knew how to use a hatchet. Because they said she was
I
hell
think
on
it's to be
wheels.
empowered. Like there's different
Yeah,
ways you can respond to something, and it sounds like one grandmother was empowered. Like, listen, this is all kind of power I
grandma didn't
got,
play.
and if you gonna
Grandma
make
didn't
me
play.
step into
No.
it, because I am too. Like I feel
Yeah.
like the first time I went to the gun range, girl, I cried. I was like, "Ooh, everybody's shooting in here. It ain't just me."
Yeah.
Like it's a lot of pow pow, you know.
Yeah.
But listen, I that's something that I have to learn. So maybe I wasn't about that life when I got here.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
grew up in
See,
Texas as well. Like be aware of your
yeah.
surroundings and tap
And my great
into
grandmother, in
new
no way
powers
was
and
she like,
things that you have. Like you're
yeah,
capable. It's okay.
yeah,
It's
in no
okay.
way was she a mean person, but you couldn't. My grandma, she wasn't scared of white folks. She didn't care. She was like, if you gonna come get me, it's gonna take 12 of you MFers, because she was there. But then would turn around and listen to Mahalia Jackson. That's really the only music she listened to. But she was the one that had the stories of, because she was born in 1907. She was the one that had the stories of. She was already grown when the civil rights movement was happening. You see what I'm saying? She was in her 30s when the Great Depression was happening. Hold on. Hey, what's going on back here?
I'm sure what they
I
doing.
promise you, the children.
I
It's
didn't hear
always something.
anything.
Huh?
I didn't hear any background noise. What was
One
they
second.
doing?
I'm gonna have to beat somebody's ass. That's all.
Oh
Nah, that's
no.
all right. They
Y'all was supposed to be incognito. We on the live.
Y'all supposed to be minding y'all business. Y'all doing bad things at bad times. What you done ate, huh?
Not that bad.
Huh? Anyway, but yeah, she was the one, like I said, Great Depression, she was in her 30s or late 20s. Um, Civil rights movement happened 50s, 60s. You get what I'm saying? She was born in 1907. She was in her 40s going on 50s. So it was
Yeah,
like a lot of the stuff that was going on, she was grown, so she could give you a grown person perspective on those
perspective
things.
on that.
So
See,
like
I would
when
love that. I'm the youngest. I am the child of the youngest kids of a whole lot of kids.
yeah.
That's probably another reason why by the time I came along, like it was one
Yeah, they
granny,
was.
you
See,
know,
and
they get
then my
old and stuff.
my best friend, it's so crazy because my best friend is 42, and we went to Grambling together, and she from Chicago, but her dad's side of the family, yeah, her dad's side of the family is from Mississippi. They from the same place that Ida B. Wells is from. I forget the name of the little town, but y'all can look it up. It's a HBCU in that town too. Rusk College or Rusk University. I don't know which one, but But they're from Mississippi, but they migrated to Chicago. And when they migrate, but like she still has, even though they had all those kids, she still has a great grandmother that's living. A great
Wow.
grandmother that's living. And I be like, girl, why you don't go see this lady and talk to this lady and get your family stories and stuff like this?
Yes, that's
And because her parents, she didn't grow up
excuse me.
with her parents like taking her around a lot. She said she feels some type of way. I said, girl, you worried about the wrong stuff. Get the stories before this woman leave this earth. This woman is
What did
old.
she
She's
do
over
though?
100 years
She
old.
she don't feel connected, or what? What's the type of way she
Yeah,
feel?
she don't really, cause girl, okay, just a quick, her family dynamic is just like, so her mother was a drug addict, her daddy was a drug addict. Her mother's sister, her
Mm-hmm.
aunt was a drug addict too.
Mm-hmm.
Her grandfather, he was an alcoholic. And then there was a lot of trauma on her daddy's side of the family. Like her grandfather, they say her great grandfather used to beat the hell out of him. Just a lot of different traumas. And so growing up, a lot of some of these family bonds was kind of fractured, because you have to understand, if you're growing up in households to where people are alcoholics, people are getting beaten, people are all these different things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like sometimes people don't want to go see, but when you're a little kid, you don't know why we don't go over so and so house. The,
Mm-hmm.
the grown folks know, they know what happened,
Mm-hmm.
but the kids, and so growing up, some of these people she didn't see a lot. And then there were some different things where, this person had a first wife, he had kids by, then he got married again. Cause like I think her granddaddy had a wife that died pretty young. He had 2 or 3 kids by her, and then she died, and he got remarried. And so
Mm-hmm.
then there are these fractions like that where they have siblings, and this set be against this set, and they, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But the parents ain't got sense enough to say, all of y'all siblings, we don't care nothing about half siblings or whatever, y'all gonna get along. They don't break it up. They too much in their addictions and whatever they doing. They letting the
Mm-hmm.
kids do whatever. So the kids raising themselves in these inner conflicts. So it's a bunch of, what's up, Army Chickadee? It
Hey,
was a
from
bunch of that.
Chickadee.
So it's like, that's why she don't feel connected, because they wasn't going around very much. They wasn't, because of all these different conflicts, inner conflicts within
Yeah.
the family, that she don't know exactly what it is, but she know it's something. Because we ain't go over these people's house, we ain't go over these people's house, we ain't go over here either. But we went over these people's house all the time. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But like I
Mm-hmm.
told her, I said to hell with all of that,
Right.
because
Like, cause
get
now
the
you
stories.
really
This
should make the
lady is a
content that you want
hundred.
to make.
This lady is over 100. She's 100 and something. I said, get the
Wow.
stories while you can, because you're not gonna
Mm-hmm.
get another opportunity to get these stories. These people getting out of here. The idea that you've gone this long, and then like her great aunts and uncles, they're in their 80s. You need to be collecting their stuff. But I told her though, I said, but see, if you don't want to take it up and be the family historian or whatever you want to call it, if you don't want to take up the mantle, because understand this, Aisha, the way I know my family like that, please don't think my cousins do, because they don't, because they was like other kids. They didn't care. See, I like sitting around the grown folk, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really like sitting around the kids because they weren't talking about nothing. I don't want to talk about Barney. My mama don't even let me watch Barney, so I don't even know what we talking about that for. Like, so I didn't want to sit around them. I wanted to sit
Mm-hmm.
around the folks who was cooking and knew how to do stuff. So, but I don't know. I've been trying to encourage my friend. Maybe she'll go. I told her she better hurry up though, because that lady, her days ain't promised. The lady done lived over 100 years. The lady,
That's
I
a
think,
long time,
104
man.
or 105.
Yeah, that's a long time. You're
It
supposed to
is.
be
It's a very
tapped
long time.
in. Should have tapped into her.
Yeah. My great grandmother on my daddy's side lived to be 102 before she died.
Wow.
She died when I was 12 too. But so I knew her. I knew her for a good part of my life, for 12 years. So, but yes, indeed. What's up, Soul Diva? I don't know if I spoke to you or not. I
Hi,
hope I did.
Diva.
Um, I
You
was
know I
gonna
can't
ask
see, so you
Shay.
got to read the stuff out loud.
I know Shay said when I was younger, my parents always dropped us off at grandparents' house in the summer we always spend time with our grandparents. That's the way my mama was. Since my great grandmother and them grew up in East Texas, it was my mama's generation that some of them, not all of them, moved to Dallas. They grew up in East Texas. They moved to Dallas for work. And it was like, it wasn't all of them. And then some of them went to California. A couple of them went to California. But so that's how I ended up in Dallas. But they came from East Texas, and my grandmama, my mama's mama, she had 3 children. My mama, my aunt, and my uncle. They used to get dropped off at grandma's house in East Texas in the summer times. And it take my mama. That's why my mama did not like fishing. She didn't like farming. She
Because
didn't
that's what
like
they were
none of
doing
that
out
stuff.
there.
She didn't like none of that. She was like, because when they went to grandma's house, grandma raised them how she raised her kids. You had to work. That was a working farm. You got up early in the morning. You had to milk cows. You had to get the eggs. You had to do all that. And mama didn't like none of that stuff. Mama said, I'm tired of getting up. It's summer. We need to sleep in. We've been waking up. My mama didn't like none of that. Then when I got to about 10, 11, 12, grandma started taking me fishing and stuff, and I started liking the fish. And then after grandma died, I still wanted to fish. I said, Mama, I want to go fishing. My mama looked at me like I was crazy. She said, you know, I won't be doing any fishing, right? I'm not going to be doing any of that. But she didn't like it. I like
You could
fishing.
have gone to fish if you want to.
Yeah, my mama said, I'll watch you fish. And she ain't cleaning no fish either. My mama said, you're going to be doing all that. My mama didn't like none of that. But see, like I said, out of her siblings, out of my mama, my uncle, and my aunt, my mother was the one that had to do everything. Like, because
Oh,
she
so
did,
that's why
because
she
she
didn't
did it
want to do it
right.
no more.
Because she did it right. See, my auntie
And so
would
you
play
get
stupid.
punished for being good at stuff. Why everybody can't be great? Huh?
See, and it take my mama to talk about it. My uncle was old. He was the oldest. He just didn't. He wanted to do what he wanted to do. He was the only boy. He was the oldest. They were raised in a single parent household. They knew they daddy, but he did not live with them. Girl, my grandfather was a piece of work because he was married to another woman and laid up and had 3 kids with my grandmama. Don't even, honey, baby. That's why I tell y'all dysfunction. Don't think I don't know dysfunction. So, my
I
uncle,
definitely have 2 uncles that are not my granny's kids, but they my grandpa kid.
yeah, yeah. So when I tell you, my uncle he would do whatever he had to do to get out of it. So that left the 2 girls. My auntie, she always act like, and she still do this to this day. She was a preemie. Maybe she do got a learning disability that's like, it's not so much like it's not Down syndrome, but it's just enough to where I don't know. I don't know what it is, but she act like she can't do nothing. She act like she need everybody to do everything for her. I don't know if that's you the baby and people did stuff for you, or I don't know what that is. But whatever it is, she act like she couldn't do it. But my mama knew how to do it, so she ended up having to do most things like cleaning the fish or washing the greens
Mhm.
or doing, all these different things. And that's why she ended up not liking it, because the workload on her was unbearable. Like, they
Mhm.
was growing up as kids. When my grandmama got off work, my mama say dinner, like once they got past a certain age, dinner has to be cooked. If she got home and dinner was not cooked, all 3 of them was getting their ass whooped. And they got their ass whooped in batches. Like, one didn't get the ass whooped. Everybody got to be down.
Mm.
So it didn't matter who cooked. She didn't care who cooked, but dinner better be ready. Otherwise,
Somebody
everybody get
could.
ass. My mama didn't want no ass beating, so she ended up doing most of the cooking. See what I'm saying? She ended up doing
Mhm.
most of the cleaning because she didn't want no ass whooping. The other 2 didn't really give a damn.
And they
So,
knew she was gonna do it.
because she didn't want to get beat. And then my
Yeah.
mama also wanted to go out with her friends, because understand this, when you get the ass beaten, you want punishment too. You can't go out with your friends. You can't get your ass beaten, still go out. So,
Mhm.
when she in high school and stuff, she want to go out with her friends. And so she was just,
Understandable.
yeah, so that's why, yeah, mama didn't like none of this stuff. Mom was like, because growing up, I had to do all this, and my siblings didn't have to do nothing. So
I
it was
feel
like,
that, mama. I feel that, mama.
but yeah, so when I got older, she was like, "Oh, you like doing all that stuff your grandmama like? Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like when I got a garden and different things, she was like, "Oh, you like doing all that little stuff like that?" I say, "Yeah." She was like, "I don't know who you got this from, but I said, you know who I got it from. Shoot, grandma moved to the city and
She
her
said she didn't
backyard
know
was
you would
full.
get it from her.
Yeah, she tried to play them games like that. Um, Shay, how long you been gardening? That's something I've been wanting to ask. You gone to answer while I go. Y'all don't mind me. I have to check on these bastards. The children are being slightly sickening. Okay, get this. I'm gonna have to watch it.
Nothing.
Y'all don't mind me, child.
Oh, I just had to give Anaya a list of things to do
Oh, and
for
now you got.
kids while I'm on live. Well, she's cutting the grass, but we
Oh, and now you
homeschool,
cuts the
so we have a
grass.
lot of prep doing, huh?
Anaya cuts the grass. That's what it do.
Yeah, she cut the grass because she gets paid.
Oh well, excuse me. She hot dollar. I cut the grass for free or get her ass beaten. That's the way that works.
You heard that? You say below? Ooh.
Anaya say this a new day and age. She said this ain't the early 2000s. She said it's a new day and
She,
age, baby.
she's sliding out the door, girl. Yeah, she shoot. I say I will be paying the grass man, and I know I don't want to cut it.
I
I
feel
might
you on that.
well pay her
Yeah,
so she can go
because
to the
at least you keep the money in the household, and the yard ain't that big, no way.
Yeah, it's
Like
not.
like growing up, we lived in a subdivision, but my daddy bought the house. It wasn't a corner, so my street like our street curved, and the house that was in the curve, which was our house, had a bigger yard because of that.
Mm,
Because we took up the whole, like, it would be similar to a corner lot, but it wasn't a corner. It was like a curve, a bend in the street. And my daddy picked that house because he wanted a big ass front yard. The backyard wasn't. It was decent size, but the front yard was ridiculous. So yeah, I know the struggle. I've been,
yeah.
oh, okay, 9 years. I started in swimming pools and pots. Okay.
What
Yeah,
now?
I was finna say Shay ain't new to this. Shay true to this.
Oh, that's how long Shay been gardening.
Yeah. I had been
Okay,
wondering that for a while, but I always forget to ask.
she been growing longer than me.
Yeah, that Shay been growing. I would say, I mean, I think I've been growing a little longer than that, but sometimes I don't really count before I got to this house. I was growing, but I wasn't very successful. I guess I was learning
You
like a
definitely
lot.
should count that. Yeah, because that's a part of it. That's
Yeah.
how you got better is the messing up part.
Yeah.
That's
And I
like
did,
me
like I
on the
said, my
back on
first
the
year gardening,
patio
I
in
didn't get
San
nothing.
Diego.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I don't
I
know if
didn't
you
get
watched me
anything.
all the way in the on the patio when I was in San Diego, but I definitely grew tomatoes and
Hey
didn't get
Janet,
one tomato.
I ain't
I
seen
think I
Janet in
got
a while.
broccoli
It's good
though.
to see you. Go ahead, I'm listening.
No, I was just saying that my first little patio garden wasn't producing a lot, but I was learning a lot.
Yeah.
So I think that those early days definitely count because that's a part of it.
Yeah.
You're fine.
I agree. Shay, I started with the basics more or less too. When I started though, um, I remember vividly I started with a lot of seeds because seeds were cheaper than starts. Um, Child, I mean, I ain't gonna. I had confidence in myself, but child, when I got to the end of that little growing season, I said, "Oh Lord!" But I know where I messed up at when I first started. I bought a bunch of soil that was terrible. I bought some soil from Dollar Tree, y'all. Don't get that soil from Dollar Tree. It's full of rocks and it ain't baby. Well, if you gonna get it, just know you gonna have to buy a whole bunch of bags and you gonna have to amend the hell out of it. Well, I bought a whole
Yeah.
bunch of bags. I didn't know nothing about amending. Baby, them little rocks and things. Most of my stuff didn't germinate. I didn't know about soil seed contact and all that. I didn't know about all that. I figured you just put some dirt down and put some seeds in and they were going to
I think it might be easier to start from start. I started from start.
That's
I
what I
definitely
tell
feel
people.
like there's a learning curve with growing from seed. So if you were growing from seed and you started with the Dollar Tree, so you
Baby,
know you.
I didn't even know, honey. I really thought I was doing something. Girl, I
But
just knew.
that's
I
a
said,
part of the journey. That's definitely a part of it. That's the best part because you'll never do that again. Now you can tell other people.
well, I'm glad you still watching, Janet. I know it's cool. I don't mind if you can't chat or comment or whatever. I'm just glad you still doing good. Because I know you had moved. Janet was in Florida, but she moved to Houston, if I'm not mistaken.
Welcome.
Um, but yeah, Janet been watching for a long time, honey. Janet used to she be the one where the cat's at. She gonna check on the cat. She ain't gonna let
Mhm.
but but yeah, girl, I was I but the after that first year, because I remember vividly, I planted corn, I planted tomatoes, I planted some turnip greens. I didn't plant a ton of stuff, but I planted, different stuff. And girl did nothing. Nothing come up. And then
Mm.
the next year I said, okay, apparently I don't know what I'm doing with these seeds. So then I bought starts that year, and I remember I want to say it was Tiny Tom tomatoes, and I bought some kind of pepper plant. I don't know if it was a jalapeno or what, but I trimmed it way down, and I got some. I want to say I got some greens, some starts, like maybe some collard starts. I want to say I got, and that was it. And I
I
just
think
did.
I
Oh,
tried to produce traditional spinach from seed. That was hard for me. I
spinach don't
definitely did
germinate
not have
well
a
anyway.
lot of yeah. But once I found longevity spinach, I was
Yeah.
like, baby, I'm good.
I don't even
That was
fool
in
with
San
regular
Diego.
spinach.
I carried those from San Diego down here and then spread it through everybody's yard that would take a piece.
Yeah.
What
But
else?
yeah,
I
I
tried
tried that stuff.
tomatoes on the patio, never got those. That I learned about voles on that patio when they ate my
I
sweet
can't believe the
potatoes.
were you on the ground floor?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Because I was finna say if they climb into a patio, I didn't know they'd do that.
Or
Like
what
I
is
thought
it the
the back
balcony or patio? Which one is on the floor?
patio.
That.
Yeah.
It was
Because
in my standing planter. I
okay.
think I caught his butt climbing out of there one time on camera.
So
I
they
was
will still climb stuff. I didn't know that.
yeah, they was
Oh,
in there. They was in there. So they done learned
I
about
know they can
voles.
rats. I guess they can climb. Well, I should say they're in the rodent family, but they don't
Mm-hmm.
climb.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, it was a disaster, Shay. It was horrible. But when I got
I
those
learned to
starts, I
compost
said,
there.
okay, the pests ate up my brassicas. That's when I learned about the worms and everything. Now my tomatoes did okay, but I'm gonna tell you what happened with my tomatoes the first year. I didn't even really I knew they had fertilizer, but shoot, I ain't think you had to fertilize, child. I'm planting my little stuff out there. Girl, my stuff was going good the first 2 months. Then them plants started looking real crazy. I said, why these plants? And I thought like everybody else think, oh, they giving up. I guess they just, I ain't thought no more about no stupid. You didn't fertilize from jump. So they ain't got no food. They
They
don't
running out.
yeah. And the worms ate up my brassicas. My peppers did okay, but they slowed down because once again I wasn't fertilizing. So then, like I said, when I moved here, I told myself, I said, okay, because also I didn't want to do too much where I was staying before because I was renting. And I said, if this dude sell this property, because I had a terrible landlord, I said, if this dude sell this property or get beside himself and decide he want to rip up my plants and tell me I can't garden, it's his property.
Yeah,
He got
that's really
a right
gonna be
to.
a problem.
Yeah, I was gonna argue, but it's his property. He got a right to.
Right.
Like all I can do is argue. I can't really do nothing else. So I wasn't super committed. But
We
when I
want
got
to
my
invest too much.
I say, oh no, this time I'm gonna get real serious. And so when I did that, that's when I really started researching and looking online, and then that's when I started kind of seeing it ain't really no back then. It wasn't really no black channels. And if it was, they would do one video and they ain't posted a video in 3 years, and you don't know what happened to them. And it was just stuff like that. And like I said, I think that's what kind of, after a while, I went on and started kind of posting. Because even when I first started posting, I wouldn't consider myself the best gardener in the world. I still don't, but I was much better than I was from the start. But I think I posted a video and then somebody asked me how did I do like my tomato cages to where they wouldn't fall over. And then I think I did a video showing how I put those tomato cages, attached them in them tires. And I think from there I started kind of seeing a little bit of traction. And I said,
Mm-hmm.
okay, well the people must want to know how to, because people would ask questions.
Mm-hmm.
At that time I still was heavily in the starts. I still wasn't really um into seeds really. I still was heavily into starts because I remember I would buy squash starts, cucumber starts, Swiss chard. The first time I ever grew it was starts. What else did I buy from starts? I still was buying my brassicas. I was getting onions. All the typical stuff you see at the big box store. My herbs, my rosemary was a start. My
Mm-hmm.
thyme was a start. Oregano. I wasn't really
And
doing it.
I still appreciate a good start now, especially if it'll give me
Yeah.
viable seeds. And
Hmm.
I don't have to buy that thing again. Or if, like I said, all my collards died, the ones that I planted, I was so hurt. I'm probably gonna replant them,
Did the
but
bugs
if
eat
I
them up?
if I didn't feel like I had time to, I probably would go get a few starts and then try to let it go to seed.
Yeah.
And because I last year I bought starts for some spicy wave mustards. They
Yeah.
went to seed
I
and those
planted. You sent
sprouted.
me some seeds. You sent me some seeds from them, and I planted them. Y'all, I haven't released the video yet, but I did 4 trays of brassicas, all different. I got 3 different varieties in each tray, and I got 4 trays, so they make 12 different varieties of different kind of greens, mustards, collards, and then I found some rutabaga seeds. I need to find. I got 2 more trays that ain't full. I need to plant them suckers in some trays. But y'all, the video coming though where I show me starting the seeds. But I did plant those when you mentioned those mustards, them seeds you sent me. I
Hmm.
planted and they starting to come up. I went out there and checked this morning when you asked me what I was doing. I checked. I got germination on stuff, so stuff is
Okay,
coming up.
yay! I got some too, so I was real happy. That start cost $1.
See that?
It cost
See
a
that's
dollar. It went to seed. You got some. I got some. $1, baby.
Yeah, and between the two of us, we ought to be able to get it to go to seed again. So
Hmm.
that dollar gonna keep on giving because you know me. When I have mustards and stuff, when that stuff go to seed, I try to. People look at me like I'm crazy. My neighbor think I'm crazy. He said, "Girl, when we were coming up, we didn't never let that stuff do that. We'll pull that stuff up." I said, "Yeah, y'all like going to the feed store. I ain't going to the feed store buying them seeds over and over. The seeds right here. All you got to do is wait." And then also my neighbor back then they didn't really think about the bee populations and stuff because me and him got to talking about
Yeah,
it. He said he was hearing about the bee population. I said, yeah, Lonzo, they down. I said, you remember how we used to, he was like, you right, we ain't been seeing no bees. I said, yeah, I'm just not seeing them. I said, that's why I let my stuff go to flower. That's what they eat. They need the pollen.
yeah,
He was
they
like,
do.
oh. I said, yeah.
We got to be the last. We the last line of defense.
And I need them to know they can come here and have a safe haven. I ain't got time. Bees. I mean, I've never been stung by a bee in my garden. I've been stung by a bee. I was at a football game though. But I've never been stung in my garden by a bee. But I give the bees and the wasps, I let them have they kind of lane for the most part.
I've
Long as they
gotten stung by
nest ain't in
multiple
my garden.
wasps.
Yeah, if the
Multiple
nest ain't in
wasps.
my garden, I'll leave them, let them be. But if the nest in my garden, which they've never done that, but if a wasp ever make a nest in my garden, it got to go.
Yeah, I
Um,
had a for those of y'all who don't know, I definitely
oh yeah,
had.
she got
I had
stung.
them paper wasps in my deal. It was a big ass deal.
Yeah, she
It
had
was
a
a
deal big
mammoth
as the
deal.
house. She had a deal big as the house. It was ridiculous.
Every year I get
Absolutely.
something that's big as the house. That
Yeah.
was that year, and then the Roselle
And
was
the
last
Roselle
year.
was the next, and then the loofah and the
The
Roselle at the
loofah.
same time. That was foolish, y'all. You couldn't see nothing. She talking about tour. I said, what is it gonna be? Two plants? The loofah and the Roselle. She coming over in a corner talking about some peaches. I said, girl, please, I can't see nothing but that loofah. It was loofahs hanging everywhere. The loofahs was busting her all in the head. I said, you can't see nothing but the damn loofah.
And
Then when
Mia
she
was
come
like, I
about
don't like how
Roselle,
this loofah is all over my house. She was not having it.
when I tell you Aisha was up in that playhouse, I said, are you standing on the fence? She told me, girl, I'm on top of the little playhouse. I'm like, girl, this is too much. This is too much. All I know is she wasn't on the ground. I said, Aisha not 7 feet tall. She really not. And she getting this Roselle way up at the top. What is you standing on? I'm trying to understand. Girl, them when I tell you last year, it was going on over there. It was going. I know the neighbors. The more that stuff was peeping, and then the grapes. So she got grapes on one side, Roselle on the other. I said, I bet your neighbors say, it's a jungle over there.
And I be trying to keep it.
Because when the
I be like,
worms don't
babe,
eat
it's
that
time to
grape up, that
transfer.
grape. When the worms don't eat that grape up, that grape be graping, honey. It be graping.
I think next year the grape is gonna be a good year.
Shay say she took me. I'm kind of that way now too, Shay. It depends on what it is. If I'm in a pinch, I'll get a start. But girl, she said, babe, I turns my nose up at starts now. And I think that's because it's you tell me, Shay, for me is they have such generic stuff
Is it the
sometimes.
varieties?
That's
Because
what it
I
is.
think that's the perk of seeds is that you get so
Yeah.
much more choice.
But if I'm in a pinch and I ain't got fences, I ain't got no collar seeds. I'm finna go give me a start. Depending on if I'm
Yeah.
late, like if I'm late or whatever, and I just need some greens. But like for instance, when I started these
Or if
collars,
I can
y'all,
get enough of
yeah,
what I planted,
yeah.
and don't let them be on sale because, like I said, the plant starts
See,
that
and
I
they
got
don't run
last
our
year
starts on
at
sale.
Plants for All Season, they were $1.
See,
So
they
I
don't
wasn't
run
mad
ours.
at it.
I wish they would run hours like that. They don't. Shay talking about I'm like Diva, can't tell me nothing. Yeah, in a way, I be that way. But if they ran ours for $1 more often, I would be down for it more often. You know, like if I just need a sweet pepper or jalapeno or because you. But I will say all of those brassicas I started, girl, I started a bunch of greens I've never heard of before. Green glaze. I even started some variegated collard greens. Never even seen variegated collard greens
Mm.
before. Yellow cabbage collards, Watley's cabbage. I mean Watley's collards. There's another one that's a woman's name. I can't think of the woman, but a lot of these people were like well-known farmers in the South, and they had particular greens that they liked. I've never grown. If y'all have ever heard of the glaze or the greasy greens, those
I've
are the
heard of
ones that are
greasy green.
shiny. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
glaze is just like greasy, so they're shiny. They're colors, but they're shiny. I planted some of those. Um, but yeah, I planted 12 different varieties, y'all. 12 different varieties, all of them
Think
brassicas.
if I can find if I see a plant start of something that I've been looking for or I haven't heard of or I had issues
I'm more
starting from
inclined.
seed because I think some stuff is harder to start from seed than other things like flowers, for instance. Some of the flowers, some of them little flowers. I
Yeah,
don't have problems with brassicas and peppers and stuff like that, but them some of them little flowers ain't really sprouting for me.
yeah.
So a little
I
quick
sprinkled
little
some.
whoop, let me sprinkle the flowers, something for the bees, whatever.
I sprinkled some
Um,
snapdragons, y'all. We're gonna see if they come up. I sprinkled some strawberry
did
seeds
you
too
cold
last week.
stratify those
I didn't, but I just sprinkled them the other day, so they will sit out there in the winter time and they
until
will
it's
do
cold
what
and
they
then
naturally gonna do.
I
And I
think
did
that's
the
what
same
mine
thing with
did.
strawberries. I sprinkled those strawberry seeds. They're gonna sit they behind out there and go through the winter on their own. And if they're gonna come up in the spring, they'll come up. Cause I don't have time to be fooling. She
Can you
preparing
talk
supper.
about
What
what
you
you
cooking?
who
Army
could
chicken. Can I talk about what?
Can you talk about what you prefer, or do you have some seeds that you prefer to direct sow as opposed to like starting in trays and moving out?
I will let me read these comments right quick. Shay say, yes, they're expensive. She's talking about the start. She said starts are like $7 and up. Yeah, starts have gotten ridiculously expensive. I remember when I could get stuff for $2.88. Price is another reason. The starts at the big box stores. Now, let me say this.
I don't
I
even
know it
shop at the
depends
box
on
store.
whatever nursery. Shay, you might want to hit up wherever Aisha going to go get these dollar starts at, because y'all in the same city. And that's good information to have when people be in the city, because somebody might know about a resource that maybe you don't know about. You know what I mean?
And I normally
Especially,
will post it too. I think last time when I came home from there, I made a video and was like, I got these starts for $1
yeah,
at Plants for All Seasons. That's where I went. They have multiples, but I went to the one on 249. And it
okay,
was, towards the end of anytime I find a deal anywhere, I'm going most of the time share it
post it, yeah.
in a video and probably a little one on TikTok or something too.
So for those of
But
y'all,
my whole life is on sale, so please don't think when somebody said $7 starts, I was taken back. Like, oh
yeah,
no, please don't think
yeah,
I'm spending that much money on any type of starts. I'm only interested if it's something that I couldn't grow from seed, or I've been looking for, or
Shay
it
said
was
she
on
gonna,
sale. And
Shay said
then
she gonna.
one of the things that sucks though is like I bought some broccoli starts last year, and they did give me broccoli, but I let them go to seed and then there were no seeds.
See, and that stuff bothered me. I
And
don't
I
like that
was
either.
so upset because my
Yeah,
plan, even though it was just $1, was for me to get seeds and never have to purchase that again. So that's why this year I was trying so much to start from seed. And I have a few broccolis that have come up. I think I'm gonna still try to replant. I still think I have time. It hasn't even really started cooling
oh
down,
yeah, you got
really.
time. You got
So
time.
I'm gonna plant some more, but I do have a few like purple sprouting broccoli that are still alive and didn't get killed by the it's leaf miners. Y'all know them leaf miners that be like in the leaf. So now when
Yeah,
I
it
see them,
make a
I
little
be picking
trail.
that leaf off.
Yeah, it makes a little trail in the leaves.
Yes.
Um,
And when they
I
so small,
did get
they
a
can't handle that.
piglet willy. What is a piglet willy tomato? Shay, like, do you know, like, is it a cherry tomato? Is it a slicer tomato? Like, you know anything about it? I saw you plant those, and I saw you say that you had gotten it from a coworker, and I have never heard of that variety before. Granted, there are thousands of tomatoes. I'm not going to sit and make like I've heard of them all. Just like
They are.
peppers, there are thousands and thousands of those. I don't know them all. But you asked me, is this stuff that I prefer to direct sow versus in a tray? Okay, personally, in my opinion, let me say my experience. What's up, Miss J.K. Gardner?
What's up? Thanks
I
for
don't like to
joining.
get starts, but we'll do it if my germination is poor. Saying,
Yeah,
yes, Aisha,
same.
my rosemary took a while to grow. Shay just sold her some rosemary in her most recent video. In my experience, when I direct sow, it doesn't matter what it is. It always, as long as I give it a good start, meaning it's sowed in good soil, already amended, whatever, it usually does really well for me because I didn't have to move it. Because usually when you move something, there's going to be a certain level of shock. However, it's some stuff I do not recommend you do that because it probably won't make it to maturity. So it just depends. Like for instance, squash. Um, I'd prefer to direct sow that. I would prefer, but make sure you protect it when it's coming up because sometimes birds like to prick it up. Sometimes the roly polies like to eat them down.
Beans
You have to
too.
really
Birds pull
protect those
beans out.
seedlings. I like to direct sow beans and peas. It
Too.
doesn't matter if it's sugar snap peas or cow peas. I like to direct sow those. I don't really like to transplant them. Beans too, any type of bean, don't matter if it's bush or pole. I like to direct sow those. Once again, the roly polies, be very careful. Roly polies have a tendency to want to eat your stuff to the ground. The way I try to help with that, which is kind of hard to do, If you can, when you sow your seeds, right after you sow your seeds, just about cover the soil with diatomaceous earth. It'll kind of help. But when you water though, see, because you got to keep them moist. And see, you got to keep putting that. See what I'm saying? It's a vicious cycle. It's a mess. But
It's a
can
mess.
you sow them in a tray and move them? You sure can. I've done it. You can do it. I don't like it. I try to, but I'm gonna tell you something I also do. When it comes to beans and peas, I usually save my own seeds, and I have so many seeds, I just over sow. And then if the roly polies eat down 50% of them, okay, well I planted 40 seeds, so I still got 20 plants.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's the way I kind of get around some of that, because eventually their little stomach's gonna get full and they're gonna quit eating.
And mulch. I mulch. I
Yeah,
mulch
mulch
with like
helps.
dead leaves
Mulch
and stuff
helps.
so they can eat that. Eat that. Leave my stuff alone.
Exactly, because they will you sometimes. Now sometimes roly polies, girl, it depends. Like brassicas, it look like they love them seedlings. It look like they love brassicas.
Or you
Or
know what, brassicas, I do not direct sow, I ain't gonna lie. I
I
try to
don't
let them
either,
sow
because
themselves, but I got one that sold itself in my fig tree and it's still alive. But other than that, I don't know who. The worms, is it the slugs, child? Is it, I don't know. Everybody, somebody is eating those. So I had
yeah,
to start in the trays. And then even in the trays, the leaf miners came from my collards and some of my broccolis. But I do still, and I could probably show y'all because I had sown some of these seeds with y'all. Oh, not last week. That wasn't last week. That was the week before. But some of them did come up. They're doing okay. I like to direct sow cucumbers too. I don't
yeah.
normally have
I've
any
never had a
issues with
problem with
cucumbers.
melons and cucumbers. Melons
And
and cucumbers,
carrots.
they don't like being moved no way. So I usually direct sow them.
And carrots too. I think I bought
Yeah,
carrot
carrots I direct
starts
sow.
one time, and I just thought it was so funny once I realized like that root is not gonna like for you to keep moving it around. You probably want to just stick that where it's gonna go.
Yeah.
You
Beets
know, but
too. Beets I generally direct. So Swiss chard I usually direct. So um the stuff that I don't have a problem getting it to maturity, I usually try to direct sow. Brassicas, I have direct sowed them before, but I'm gonna tell you the only way I can get it to work, I have to overseed so much. And when I say overseed, like
mhm.
if like I have to damn near throw 1,000. But keep in mind, I save my own seeds. I have probably 30,000 collard seeds in there. I
So
know
you
y'all
have
gonna think
an
I'm
abundance.
crazy. I
It
have a
take
bunch
all the
of them.
things they
So
give
I
you
grab
so
a whole
many.
handful and I throw out 10,000 seeds and I probably get 30 plants. Like,
I forgot to get my how do I turn this around? Can I turn this around?
you should be able to tap the, is it a cat?
Mm,
Oh, I think we did. That was
that is
something.
what I want to do. I don't know what to do. I want to turn my camera so y'all can see the garden.
You on your
Mm,
phone or laptop?
my phone. Oh, here we go. Camera face to front. Camera face back.
Face back. Yep, we on it. We got you.
Okay. I forgot to get my figs this morning. I think I got some figs. Don't let nobody tell you can't have no
Girl,
food
them
for us
figs.
in the
Them,
backyard because ain't it giving food for us right here?
yeah, it's
It's
big. Them figs
it's
look
looking
good.
food foresty.
Yes, it's them the mulberries I gave you. Cut. I'm dying.
That I still need to separate. Girl, I'm doing this tomorrow. Probably not
Oh, they
tomorrow.
look
The
good, but
kids
they
got
look
soccer.
good. It's not gonna bother them mulberries. Mulberries tough. They like
I know,
weeds.
but
It
I
ain't
want to
gonna.
give them a chance to get bigger and have their own space.
Yeah.
But I came out here for these figs. Can y'all see?
Oh, I
Can
see
you
them with the
see
organza bags on.
it? The
What kind
kids
of
have
fig
missed
is
this
that?
one. I
What
think
kind
this
of
one is brown turkey fig.
Army Chickadee? Let me read some of these comments. Oh, Lynette, let me answer your question. I saw your question, but Aisha was talking, and I didn't want to cut off. The strawberry seeds can be broadcasted now. I live in North Carolina. Okay, yes. The short answer is yes. I'm gonna tell you how I did mine, so you have an idea. Where I broadcasted my strawberry seeds, that's where I grow strawberries. So I'm not gonna grow anything else. So I know, like I'm like when stuff start popping up, I suppose they'll start popping up in the spring. I'll be looking for, like, you get what I'm saying? I like, that's what I grow there, strawberries. So that's what I'll be looking for. And when stuff, because I don't want you to sow them somewhere and then you like, if you like me, you might,
Forget.
and then you be like, what is this? And you think it's a weed and snatch it up. But yes, you can sow them now. And if they do need cold stratification, it will naturally do that over the winter.
I
Cold
thought.
stratification, when you put it in the refrigerator, what you're doing is you're speeding it up and you're tricking the seeds into thinking they've been through a winter so that they will go ahead and germinate. Just leaving them outside, that's what they would do naturally. Because think about it, strawberries was growing and nothing ate the strawberry. Strawberry would hit the ground, it would go through the winter, and if it's gonna come up, it will come up in the spring. See, so that's a very natural process. So yeah, you can go ahead and broadcast, because I went on broadcasting mine, because I don't get very good luck with strawberry seeds unless I do it that way. When I do it that way, I get decent results. When I do it these other ways, these people talking about the stuff will come up. Nope. I ain't never had that success. I don't know what they doing. The label of the Piglets Willy tomato says it's a saladette tomato. So do that mean like it's a little salad, a little
Like
tomato
little.
salads? You got a bunch of figs. Now she's steadily picking. I thought she was gonna get one or two and go sit down. Let's see. How do you know when
Got a
flowers
bowl.
need cold stratification if the package doesn't say so? Okay, that's a good question. The rule of thumb that I use, if it is a flower seed and sometimes that seed is, what's up, David, and that seed is real tiny, usually they need stratification. Or if that seed is super hard, like some of these seeds that's real hard, like they tell you to use scarification and different things, that usually needs some kind of stratification. Another thing you could do is you could go online and Google it right quick. I know Google isn't 100%, but you could Google it, and that will give you a good idea too if you have a specific type of seed. Also, another thing you can look at, so y'all get pretty good about knowing where plants come from. So if a plant comes
Mhm.
from an area that's naturally gets snow and cold, it probably need cold stratification. That's part of its natural. Hello, Indy. That's part of its natural. She want to be in the live. Yeah, she want to be in the live. Yeah, things like, for instance, like I was telling Army Chickadee. I think those goji berries do so well in her climate because they're from China. China is cold. They get snow. And I think that's why I think I don't know what China's zone is, but I think it's similar. And I think that's why those goji berries, like, can you grow them in the South? Yeah, I grow them. I get fruit. I don't get nearby what she get, and I don't think I ever will, because it loves it there because that's where it's native to. That's why when people talk
Mhm.
about figs, and figs is naturally from the desert. That's a Bible plant that was grown in the Middle East. The Middle East is mainly what? Deserts. So when people, that's why figs do well when they don't. If you don't water them, it take a lot of not watering to kill a fig. Now it won't produce for you without no water. You have to water to
Yeah.
get the fruit out. But
You want some fruit.
it will live with low water. It just won't make no fruit. Same thing with mulberries. Mulberries, they don't care. You can find a mulberry in Detroit. You can find one in South Texas. Mulberries will grow all over. They don't really care. They don't care if it's poor soil. Now they won't make no fruit if you don't water them. Now if they without water, they'll just be a tree. They'll be like a shade tree. But if you water them, they make fruit. So those are the things you have to pay attention to. Make sure you pay attention to uh the plants and kind of where they from naturally and kind of what they like. David, you correct. In our climate, in the South, they don't like direct sunlight. Army Chickadee's growing hers in a bowl way out in the sun. Ain't no shade. Go look at her bush. I'm telling you, it's the temperatures. It likes that colder temp. Them goji berries, they ain't really in love with the South like that.
Yeah, I can
I've
show
never
you
seen
mine right
goji
now. They in the back and they
berries.
don't really love it.
Yeah, I've never seen. When I sent her those cuttings, I had no idea that plant was gonna do like that. No idea, because I've never nowhere on YouTube
Look
have
at
I seen
this.
a berry like Army Chickadees. Nowhere. But I don't see a lot of people in her zone growing them. She growing 5 AB, whatever it is. I haven't seen nobody growing them, and I've had people contact me from the South and say, how how am I growing them? And you're right, they do dry out fast. My goji berries, I have to have them either sitting in water or I grow them in a spot in my yard that's kind of low where water, they love water and they don't like direct southern sun. Direct southern sun is too much for a goji berry. It'll burn it up. It'll dry it out, and then as soon as it get dry, it'll burn up. But see, I don't think where Army Chicken is Iowa, I don't think they getting 100 degrees every day like how we be getting. Like it'd be ridiculous.
That's my
See,
little berry.
that's how mine look. Mine look like that. But if you go look at Army Chicken, baby, that thing, I sent her
There's
cuttings this
two of
long.
them back here, and they in the
That
back.
thing look
This
like
is
a
like
bush.
my shadiest area
Yep.
in the garden.
Behind that turmeric. Look at that turmeric, y'all. That
Mhm.
turmeric tall as she is. Girl, I'm gonna move my black turmeric. It's still living, but I'm gonna move it to a better spot. It's doing
Where you
okay.
gonna Where you gonna put it? I want to put another square right here. I'm supposed to be getting another
Another
section
board or whatever.
here. Put some stuff in the ground like
Yeah,
this
you said all
shampoo
that was
ginger.
going in that spot when you get your wood and your block. You was gonna put that in.
Yeah, except for this mint. I'm not gonna put
Oh,
that in the.
okay.
This is all I
You
got
just
left
cut
from
it
the
back and forth.
longevity spinach from mommy sprayed the garden and I had to run.
You right. Yeah, you right, David. I've moved mine before I put it. I got one in the ground and then I just gave one of my goji berries away. But yeah, you right. If you cut it back, it'll bush more. And like when you move it to a better spot, the leaves do come back because it'll drop leaves like crazy.
Yeah.
Mine is in the shade. Uh
I can
my goji
I
is in
can
the shade.
definitely bush mine out a little bit. It likes to stretch.
But
I
you
have
know what,
two that
Aisha,
like to
I
each
got
other.
another variety. I don't know if you noticed. That one I sent you, I got from Go Grow. So that's the regular red goji berries. I got another goji berry from this dude. The bush is huge, makes flowers galore, but none of the fruit set. I don't know what that's about.
Mhm.
And you know, the man talking about he bred that himself. He say these goji berries are supposed to be purple, but hell, it won't never set no fruit.
Hmm.
I don't know what I need to do to get it to set fruit. And I bought it so long ago. The dude ain't even. I bought it on eBay. He ain't even on eBay no more.
Oh
The
dang.
plant look beautiful. Won't set a lick of fruit. I'm thinking maybe I needed two different ones. But
Oh.
I thought my red goji berry ought to pollinate this one, but maybe that ain't the case. Child, if that thing don't go to making fruit, I hate to say it, I'm probably gonna kill that sucker. I'm gonna pull him up.
I'm pulling something up. You know what? Is Clausen World on here? I don't think I've heard
I
her
haven't
name.
I haven't seen her. You know, I need to just get Clausen World number.
I'm
Do
gonna
her like
pull.
I
I'm gonna pull something up. And Clausen World told me it was gooseberry, but I don't even know if it's a real gooseberry that I planted in
let
the
me see
front.
what you talking about. Show me what you talking about.
Okay, hold
Army
on.
Chickadee, I'll send you some cuttings. I'll send you some cuttings.
Oops.
I got so many cuttings I can send you a million of them. And David, if you
Okay.
want some, I'll send some to you too if you want to try this other one. Maybe it'll fruit for y'all. I and I've moved it 2 or 3 different places and I can move it again. I said to myself, maybe I'll take cuttings and if I had a second plant, but I'm thinking it's a cutting, it's gonna be a clone of the first one. Is it still gonna pollinate? I don't freaking know. But I'm gonna try. But
Yeah,
honey,
I think. Oh, I see what you mean.
homeboy, we're gonna have to give me some though, cause I can't eat them leaves. Can you do something with goji berry leaves? Do anybody know? Can you make tea? What can you do anything? Cause this sucker
Look,
sitting
I
out here.
don't know.
David
Okay,
said he wants
remember
some.
when I was Naya? Hold on, can you turn that off for a second?
Hey,
Y'all
Naya,
remember when
good
I
job,
was? Big John said, "Hey, good job." She said, "Thank you."
Naya.
Okay, I planted this in the front, and
Girl, that
Clausen
look
World
like
was
a
like,
blackberry.
like a what?
Look like a blackberry.
And they do look like blackberries. I said this ain't no gooseberry, and I have a thornless blackberry. They done sold me a thorny blackberry. I said this ain't what it said on the box, and I'm pulling it. I'm pulling it. And even the leaves are
Never,
spiky, y'all. Look at the leaves. Look at the back of these
yeah,
leaves.
that's how my wild blackberry is like that. It got spikes everywhere. That sucker tear you up. It'll tear
I
a
think
hole
this
in.
was Tractor Supply.
It might have
Tractor
been.
Supply said this was a gooseberry, and then you
That
don't
was
know it's the wrong
fine. They
thing until
black
you get the fruit. This is a blackberry, y'all.
has it ever fruited?
Yeah, and they was blackberries. Aren't
Okay.
gooseberries supposed to be round?
Gooseberry. Okay. Yeah,
Gooseberry like a berry looking
yes.
thing with the
But it look
blackberries look like a bunch of little ones, right?
a gooseberry gonna be round like a grape, but it's gonna look like you ever seen the Hindenburg? It got those seams like a blimp, them little lines.
Yes.
That's what
Yes.
gooseberries look
Go ahead.
like. But they
Right.
round like little grapes.
That's not what that was.
David crazy. First, David say, I want some black turmeric. David, get with Aisha. She probably got some. Y'all talk about how to do that. And then he say, take it back. He talking about that
Oh
black.
wait, hold on. I can't hear you. It's going in and out. I want
David
to show
say,
you how to
David said,
uh,
take that blackberry back.
take it back. Can I take it back?
Take it back.
Look at my favorite rose. Pretty.
That's pretty. Yeah, like a current.
Can
Yeah,
I take
goose
it back in like a
current.
year? I will. I'll throw that thing in the window. I'm just kidding. Hmm?
That's funny. That's funny
Thank
though.
you.
But yeah, David said he wants some black turmeric. Aisha got it for you. She got plenty of it. Y'all link up and
Ben, am
Aisha
I
can
still
get.
here? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Did I walk too far away from my Wi-Fi?
The picture froze,
Did
but we can
I?
hear you though.
What
Lord,
the?
she can't. I
Oh,
don't think she can hear us. We can hear her, but she can't hear us. Oh, there she go. Hey, girl.
no. I'm sorry. I couldn't hear y'all.
Yeah, but no, we can hear you though.
Okay. What
David,
happened now? I was trying to show y'all my rose.
David said he wants some black turmeric, and I was telling him y'all link up because you probably got some. She got plenty black
Absolutely.
turmeric.
I do. I have rhizomes, and I have.
David,
What? How far are you? How far are you? Because I have a
he in
plant that I was supposed to plant, and it's still in the pot.
he in the DFW. Uh, David say she still gonna have blackberries. She said if you don't take that blackberry back, the track supply, you still gonna have blackberries.
I can't stand that thing. This a little dry, but
Shay said she watching from the TV. What that is? That's some kind of what that is? Blackberry. I mean turmeric.
black turmeric, yeah.
Okay, with water. Well, you know, if it's some rhizomes, that's all David need. David know what he
Yeah,
doing.
I
All
will cut
he need
back
is
the
some
leaves anyway
rhizomes.
to ship it, because you don't need the leaves really to ship it.
Nah,
Just
and
get the little
David
fat
know what he
rhizome piece.
David know what he doing because all them figs and things over there, and his cayenne pepper bush is big as Texas. All them David, what you doing with all them cayenne? Making sauce and stuff.
I need some more cayennes. Mine died. One of my Scotch bonnets died.
I can send you seeds. You know, somebody gave me 3 cayenne peppers, baby. They loaded down. I picked up a branch yesterday. I didn't even know it had all them peppers. I just started harvesting. I said,
Yes,
Lord, I'm just going
that's
to
what I
start
need in my
harvesting.
garden. Yeah, I need to take that blackberry back.
That's hilarious, though. He said, you going to still have some blackberries.
I'm pulling everything out. That's why I'm like, speaking of stuff we pulling out, because I get my real estate back real quick.
Yeah.
I don't want you in the front. That's not what I want. That's not what I ordered.
No, not, I mean, not, I wouldn't pick to have blackberry.
And
I
then why do
have
I need
some,
a thorny blackberry when there are thornless ones? I have a
yeah,
thornless one.
I have some, I do have some blackberries that have thorns. Like for instance, my Native American ones, the Natchez. I have several different Native Americans. Natchez, Osage, all of those, they have thorns. But I've tasted the fruit, and the fruit tastes so good, and the fruit is so big that I'm willing to deal with it. But I do have thornless as well. I have both. But I don't have just all, but the more wild ones, it's something about those wild ones. Those thorns, they will tear you open. Like it's ridiculous.
These thorns are more aggressive than the regular thorns.
Yeah.
It's all on the leaves and stuff. You know how you sometimes you just grab the dead leaves to get them off of there. You can't do that. You're gonna get stabbed. Like it's too much.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It's too much and it's not worth it.
Yeah.
So I'm
Dave
I'm, I'm
say his
pulling that
Jamaican
up.
sorrel got so yeah, I need to I'm getting to the point where I think I'm almost ready for my first harvest of Jamaican sorrel. My calyxes, I got some this big around. That's how
I don't
plump.
have any calyxes yet, but my days have not started to cool down at all yet either. And down here, I'm sure that's what mine is waiting for. It's
Yeah.
holding on in the pot. It's nothing like last year. That's one thing I definitely learned is every year is different. Like we were saying earlier, something will be big, but it might not be the same thing. Like my sugar rush
So
pepper been showing out all year.
all white. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because you can go up north and you can find blueberries in the woods. You can just walk in the woods and find blueberries. They don't be as sweet as the cultivated ones, but they good though. I like them. David was saying that wild blueberries they roots travel up underground too, just like blackberries. Blackberries do.
Mm-hmm.
Raspberries
Mm-hmm.
do that too. Raspberries, you plant them somewhere and they come up 10 feet over.
True.
Oh yeah, Shay be growing the hell out of some stuff. I'ma move in. If something happened to me, I'm moving in with Shay. Shay, you got an extra bedroom? Tell your son he gonna have to come out of that room.
You got a new roommate, Shay. Congratulations.
Baby, me and Penny gonna be in the back. Me and Penny gonna be running at the fence barking. I'm not gonna help with no gardening. I'm gonna be another pet. We gonna,
You crazy.
but yeah,
Oh,
it be so. Shay, where Coco? I know you watching on the TV. Is Coco okay? Tell Coco we gonna put out a APB on Coco. That's her other dog.
wait, you ain't heard from Coco?
I seen Penny in the video, but I hadn't seen Coco. Coco might be in the house. She may be bougie. You know, sometimes you have pets like that. They be
Coco said no cameras, please.
yeah. Coco said
Okay.
I had my one little cameo and I'm done. I'm done. But girl, yeah, you know, last night was the Ground Prairie View game. So child, you know, we had a time last night. It was the hundredth year. So it was the 100th anniversary.
Oh
So
wow, I know y'all was hype.
it was packed up in there. It was, and then you know they put $140 million into the Cotton Bowl to renovate the Cotton Bowl. So the renovations look good. I'm always fearful when they renovate stuff. Because the Cotton Bowl is Art Deco. Have you ever seen? I'm sure you've seen pictures of it. The L.A. Coliseum, like where they had an opening ceremony for the Olympics and stuff. So
Mm.
that's Art Deco too. Our Cotton Bowl is not exactly the same, but it's similar. So because they're both Art Deco type buildings. So I'm always kind of worried when they say they're gonna do renovations because I actually like the old look. I think Art Deco is beautiful. But no, they didn't change the outside. They put in escalators and did some stuff in the press boxes and renovated, I think, the restroom. You said whose game? Ground Prairie View. I think that's the only black game at the fair anymore. They did away with. They used to have two games, so they had Grambling Prairie View, and they used to have Southern and Texas Southern. That was called the Texas State Fair Challenge or something like that, because Grambling Prairie View was State Fair Classic. But yeah, but they did away with that game. I hate that they didn't keep it. But I don't know the politics behind that stuff. I know it got something to do with the city and the money but they also said the people weren't coming to. That's another thing. The Cotton Bowl hold 90,000. It wasn't 90,000 in there last night, but it was a good 60. It was about 60.
Oh,
And so if the
that's still
game
a good
don't.
turnout, isn't it?
Oh yeah, the turnout. Oh, it's a fool because when they do the wave start and the Cotton Bowl is right, and it just keep going around. It keep going
Hey,
around.
love that.
And then they throw them beach balls up in the crowd, and you be the beach ball be going out through the crowd and stuff. But no, we had a good time. I went to the fair I went early up in the day, so we ate and walked around and some people they wanted to ride, so they rode some stuff. I'm not saying I don't ride, but I've rode all that stuff. So child, I just be wanting to eat. I'm fat. Riding is cool, but girl, I'm gonna put it like this: when you go to the State Fair of Texas, you better have some money. Don't come with $2 or $3 and think you're gonna have a good time because you ain't.
Yeah.
Them rides, it may cost you $10 or $15 to ride one ride, depending on what it is. Some stuff is cheaper than others, but other like what they wanted to ride was like $20. I said, y'all have fun.
Mm-hmm.
I want to spend $20 on food, so y'all have fun. So
Food is fun to me.
to
I've
me, it is.
enjoying food.
I was in the country yesterday. Whereabouts in the country, David? Um, but yeah, it was so, and it also was the first weekend for the fair, so it was that also it was packed. It was packed because of that too. Um, but nah, we had a good time. I had some different. They had some, they always have wild food and the contest winners, and we went over and looked at the different things that people had canned because they have contests for that too, for jellies, jams, pickles, just all of that
Mm-hmm.
canned and stuff. We went and looked at all of that stuff. Um, we went to the ag barns and checked out some of the ag stuff because they have stuff like they have the pig races, which that's just fun. They race the little piglets, but then
Yeah.
they have stuff where they teach you stuff. So like if you have sheep, if you have a sheepdog and you're trying to train them how to herd the sheep, they have like little stuff where they can teach you stuff like that. They have different equestrian stuff that they teach. They have the equestrian shows like dressage and all that. I didn't go look at none of that, but I have in the past. Um, you can go pet the police horse. DPD have their horses down there. You can go pet. Some of their horses mean. Some of them nice, but some of them be biting folks. I'll be like, "How y'all training horses to bite people? Y'all crazy."
Mm.
But you already know what that's about. When them criminals, y'all to train these horses to bite folks. Like you can tell when a horse bite because they'll have a sign that says, "Please don't touch me."
Right.
And it be killing because you know who still be touching them, right? You know what demographics still be
So when
touching.
you get big,
Baby, it be so funny because I see them. And I be looking at the sign.
don't
I
call
be
the
right next to the
question.
sign. I read the sign, then I look at them. I read the sign, then I look at them. And they still be trying to touch that. Okay. Keep playing with these horses. Y'all gonna get bit. And when they get bit, I get tickled and walk off.
Because you had everything you needed to be successful. You just didn't, you didn't
And you're not
digest
and
the
you're not gonna be
information.
able to say nothing because if they bite you, you can't sue them because it's a sign. It told you, please don't touch me. I bite. It
They don't
said
like it. They don't want you to touch them. You can't
exactly.
respect boundaries. That's why you bit up. Because you can't respect boundaries.
David said they got a cheap hot dog line at the fair. My cousin said, and like 50 cents to 75 cents soda. But she said most don't know. She said it's like a welfare line. Yeah, I didn't know. I mean, I'm not surprised. I know where Palestine is, Montauba. Um, yeah, I know where Palestine is. Seemed like I had some family in Palestine way back in the day, but I think they died. Or did they live there and then they moved? Like they lived there for a while and then they moved. It was
Yeah,
something.
I have some people that went to school, that I went to school with from Palestine.
Really.
Hmm.
I've been there at least once or twice. But it's so many little towns and little stuff in Texas.
Hmm.
It makes no sense how many different. It's ridiculous. Um,
They all running together.
they are. So your event is getting closer and closer.
My event is getting closer and closer, and I've been doing a lot of work. We just had
How the
uh
jury been coming?
not that work, not yet. Well, I'm hoping the more that my planning is finished, the more the jewelry will flow. So we're getting to that point. I just had like a venue sneak peek, and content day for like the sponsors and vendors to come out and check out the venue, take some pictures, help us like record some promo stuff. And I've just picked the wines because it's a sipping shop. So I did my tasting and all that. We got to pick the wine so that some of the sponsors got to taste the wines and stuff. So just kind of like starting to sell tickets for people to come and locking in the rest of the vendors, getting them to start sending their stuff in so that people know who all gonna be there. Because you know, in our community, people want to know who all gonna be there. Like
Of
what I'm
course.
buying a ticket for if I don't know who are gonna be there. But we got another musician coming. I'm super excited because the musicians are gonna do like what I feel is like a modern day version of the "Can't You Feel a Brand New Day?" You know, like at the end when they had took all the stuff off and they was free and
Yeah.
stuff. They have a like a "It's a New Day" kind of like a inspiring song. So it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be black excellence, art, and vendors, and music, and circulating the black dollar everywhere. You
Lynette
know,
say, Lynette say they are animals, not humans. Animals bite. Some humans bite. But yeah, I've met a couple of humans that bite. I look, they didn't
I
bite me, but
I
well,
met
this
some
girl,
humans.
this girl did try to bite me in daycare. I won't never forget this. This girl, she tried to bite me, and I told my mom about that, and I ain't know it. But my mama came up to the daycare. Girl tried to whoop that girl herself. Mama can't not like beat her down, but whoop her. She said that girl need a whooping. And
Well, Mama was gonna give it to her.
the people at the daycare was like, "Ma'am, you can't tell Mama won't whoop her. She gonna quit biting my child." But yeah, but no, but yeah, you right. Yeah, I don't know what people be thinking about. Like, have y'all tell me in the chat, have y'all seen it? Have y'all seen it where this it's the white lady and she's in her, it looks like a nice neighborhood. She's in her neighborhood, but they're either bison or buffalo, and they're in the street, and there are police, like there's emergencies, police, fire, and ambulance. You can see the siren, the lights on, but they don't have the sirens on. And the bison is in the people's yard eating grass or whatever. It's about 3 or 4 of them. And the white lady comes with a dish towel talking about, shoo, shoo. And the EMTs was trying to tell her, ma'am,
I'm
get
gonna
back.
kill you.
That bison looked at her, lowered his head, and hooked her up into the air. I said, and
But
when it hooked
ma'am,
her up
why
into the
why do
air,
you think you have dominion? You know what? You know how like in the Bible say you have dominion over the creatures and stuff. I think they got the wrong idea of what dominion
okay,
supposed to look after the creatures. You know
okay,
what I'm saying?
can I
Supposed
be
to
all
be
the way
safe
real with
place
you?
for the creatures, not for you to just
Yeah.
you can know the
But
creature.
let me say this. When it says that part about dominion, I think that's the white part of influence in the Bible. I don't think that's the actual part. Because white people have this thing about dominance. They have a thing about that.
See that what I it got
So
to
and
be
that's why I
either
feel
that
like I
or
don't
it's
think
a
that's part of the African
misinterpretation.
part of Christianity.
Okay.
I don't think so.
I'm open to that idea as well. Cause I'm like,
Because
it's got
God
to
knew
be
that we can't
something
fight
wrong.
lions. God knew that humans not gonna win against a lion. We're not gonna win against a tiger. We're not gonna win against a bison. They weigh as much as a car, and they're all muscle. No, we're not gonna win against we win against earthworms and ants and stuff. We don't win against big
But
stuff.
even then, we supposed to care for the earth
Yeah,
so they can all still be all
yeah.
right.
See,
Something
I
is
don't,
wrong here. People think they can just walk up and what you gonna do with the bison? What you gonna tell him what to
I
do? Like
don't, I don't understand. I don't understand how when I see those type animals, because I saw them at Yellowstone. They showed how they over there trying to take pictures. Why are
and
you
it's
trying
because
to
you don't
take
have a healthy
pictures?
respect and they
No.
know it. That's why they bopping y'all ass.
When
Because
I
they
tell
don't be
you,
doing us like that.
if I was that white lady, I'd have said, "Oh, what's the ambulances doing outside?" I'd have parted my blinds. I'd have seen those bison, and I would have said, "Oh, those are pretty," and I would have stayed my natural behind in the house. I'm
And
not going
watch, I would
outside
have
for
watched.
what?
I wonder how they gonna get them out of there.
When I tell you, when they hooked that woman up in the air and she was hurt, that sucker hooked her up in the air
I know
and
she
then it hit
was.
her some more. It hit her some more. And she was talking about, my
Because she
leg.
what was she doing? The bison probably was like, now why
She
would I
came
have to do this to
outside with a
you? Why I have to
towel.
tell you?
She came outside with a towel like she was a what's
He
them
told her, you
bullfighters,
shoot,
them
you shoot.
conquistadors, and she said shoo shoo and was doing the towel, and but she was coming toward the bison. Homeboy hooked her ass up in the air. She went about 5 feet in the air.
He
Homeboy
shoot
hooked her.
her.
And then when she got hurt, she had nerve to call out to the ambulance, talking about to the EMTs, talking about, help me, my leg. The EMT said, I can't come over there, them bison around you.
Because you over here, what you trying to do is make my job hard. You just came and inserted yourself. We was already out here trying to figure out what's going on. You don't respect boundaries, our boundaries, nor the bison boundary.
When I tell you the EMTs was standing way back from them animals, letting them animals eat their grass, they was like, okay, well, we don't really know what we're going to do because we can't shoot them with our bodies. We don't have like, and then if you use a vehicle, they can say that that's animal. You get what I'm saying? It's a potential for PETA or anybody to say that that's animal abuse. So what you gonna do? They gonna move when they get good and goddamn ready. They not finna move. Them EMTs was like, the firemen was like,
We're here to keep y'all away from them and let
and
them
then
mind their
another
business.
lady, when she seen that lady get hooked up in the air, another lady came. She tried to run over, and the three of them started running towards her. She turned around and ran the other way. I'm like, what do y'all think y'all gonna do? They weigh over 2,000 pounds. Like they literally weigh what a car weighs.
But
And they're
mind
all
your business.
muscle.
Are they even in your yard? Is this your yard? Because mind
The
your business.
first lady, they were in her yard. But my thing is, they
But
wasn't
she
doing
got
nothing
away.
but they wasn't doing nothing but eating grass, ma'am. They just saving you from you don't have to mow that part. That's one part you ain't
She
gonna have
just
to mow.
don't have to wait. She got to wait.
Let me tell you something. I don't run
You
up
can
on no
have the
bull.
yard. Actually, you can have the yard for now, Bison.
Tell
When
me
you're
about it.
done with that, then I'll
Exactly.
come
I'm
out.
telling you, I would stay my natural behind in the house. I probably would have watched them. I think they're gorgeous animals, but I would have watched from
Got some
indoors.
video. I'd have got some video. Like, y'all, it was bison in the yard today.
When I tell you,
From the
I don't walk
safety
up
of my
on
own home.
bulls. I, I don't run up on bulls and or cows, and they are smaller than bison by a little bit. They're small,
Mm-hmm.
but they still big. Like my uncle had cows. We could come up to the fence, but see, my uncle fed those cows. He was used to humans. Now the bulls didn't really fool with us, but the cows would. You could feed them watermelon. We would feed them stuff. We used to like that as kids. We'd go take them watermelon
I was gonna
and
say we
squash them and
we
pumpkin.
went to Meat Man's cows and that was fun. The Meat Man's
Yeah.
cows are friendly.
Let me see. I have Lynette crazy. She say, now David talking about if you got me in a headlock, I guess that's when he gonna start biting folks if you got him in a headlock. Lynette
Fact.
say, I have been bitten in a fight, especially I was fighting a boy. So these boys biting Lynette, you must have been weighing him out. If the boy
Yeah, he
started biting
was.
you,
He was
you was
desperate.
weighing him down.
I feel like biting is either you do that or you're desperate. Either way, because I'll bite you if I
I feel
can't
like
think
that's
of
why Mike
anything else.
Tyson. I think that's why Mike Tyson bit Holyfield. I think he was losing. That's why he bit him.
Yeah.
Not supposed to be hurting anything is here. Yeah, I mean, you couldn't pay me to. I think bison and those animals are beautiful. I would never. I would watch from a very long distance, but I'll
I
watch
think you
you.
have to have a healthy respect, and that's what people don't have. It's no respect. Like, first of all, most of the places where we live at, you probably tore their stuff down to live here in the first place. Talking about it's in your yard.
You are right, David. David said that's not a cow, and then he said they have a back kick so fast. You are very right. Like I think people assume because those animals are large that they don't move fast, but I'm gonna say it again. They're all muscle. They move very
And
quickly.
they're very strong.
They move
Very
very
quick and
quickly.
very strong.
People think hippos is slow. Hippos ain't slow. Not by a long
People
shot. They can outrun
also
your
think
ass.
they're smarter than everything. Like, don't assume that these things don't know how to protect themselves or survive, or that they
Or
won't let
protect
you
their
get close
babies.
just so they can kick the out of you as
Yeah,
soon as
and
you walk
protect
up
their
on them.
babies too. Because the mamas will really tear you up behind their babies. They willing to die over that.
I seen a lady
They
get
have
beat up by a bear over her babies. I said, "Girl, why you thought she was gonna let you take pictures of her babies?"
Lynette say it could flip or ram it definitely can. Wait a minute. I saw this on Instagram yesterday. I was so tickled. You know how people show videos and then they do a voiceover. So this guy, he must live somewhere where they have elk. Elk are very large.
They're
No,
huge.
moose. It was a moose. A moose and an elk ain't the same thing.
Mm,
But still,
mm.
they're very
They're
big
both
and they have
huge. Yeah.
horns. Two males were fighting. But see, that's why I tell people, really, we need to let the animals have Montana, Wyoming, North and South Dakota. They can have all those states back. Quit going to those states. Let the animals have, because the animals are too damn big there. Elk and moose is huge. The male moose is fighting. You can tell they built this house and it's in the wilderness somewhere. So they're fighting. They all up on them people cars. Them elk had got all up in the back of them people pickup trucks. That truck and that car was towed up. Them elk was fighting, but
What?
they had voice over it. And the dude was like, "Come look at this. Come look at this. They outside fighting. Oh, I hope they don't get in the back of my truck. Oh, they in the back of my truck. What y'all fighting about?" The voiceover was hilarious, and all you could hear was
Oh,
the
damn.
moose. All you could hear was the moose just fighting, their horns coming together. I was like, "Oh my god, it was horrible."
But you see how they watched and got video from a
The
safe
house,
distance, and
the
then
house,
went out there and try to
the
save their
house.
car from the moose.
Yes, they didn't run outside. They were very smart.
Get you
One
some
leg, not like
content,
a
maybe
bull, but
get
two
paid
legs.
because they gonna tear that car up, and you gonna be stuck in the house until they leave. Do what you can, but be careful with your body. Like I'm telling Mia,
Exactly.
I be like,
Lynette
girl, be
say,
careful with your body.
Lynette say, I hope they leave fertilizer since they ate exactly. You can poop in my yard. I will wash that right down into the grass. That's about to be a real green. They talking
Mm-hmm.
about bites only come when you desperate. Your last attempt.
That's what I'm saying. Like, oh snap, now I'm concerned. I got to bite you.
David say baboons will open your car door, but people drive through them taking pit. You right? I've seen them grab your handle and open it right up and get up in the car with you and start accosting your ass. See, I'm
And that's
good.
the thing is like people underestimate. It's like you don't think that they learn the more y'all drive y'all ass through there how to respond to it, how to
Yeah,
open your car door. Like they've seen enough car doors now,
yeah. And they're
and they
very
are
smart.
very
They learn
strong.
quick. They learn quickly too. They learn very quickly. They see you opening that door once. They say, "Oh, that's how you get that open." Okay,
Hmm.
I got thumbs just like them. Like, but we would say elks are huge as well, but moose are exactly that moose. Like, so I hadn't seen. It took. I think I was 18 or 19 when I saw a moose in person. When I saw that thing, I said, "Oh my God, this lives on Earth with us."
Hmm.
Like, that's ridiculous. That's why I said y'all can have those states back. Montana, all them states where the moose is, you can have that. You can have it. I don't want it. I don't want it. I'm good. But then that's just like, what's the biggest bear? Is the grizzly the biggest? I can't remember if it's the grizzly bear or the brown bear. The black bear is the smallest. That's the one they got in Louisiana. And kind
Hmm.
of down south, the black bear. But whatever that biggest bear is, I didn't realize he was that big. I said, I knew they was big, but like I said, when you see these things in person, it's like,
Hmm.
oh, we live on Earth with dogs.
Hmm.
You can have the land back. You can have everything. If I see one of you, I'm just gonna abandon. You can have it. I don't even want it no
That's
more.
what I'm saying. This your
Coco
yard.
was a hunting terrier. I could not break her from digging my garden bed. She dug up my corn and other stuff. Yeah. Oh, she was like, was she a rat terrier or something like that? She kind of looked like a rat terrier. She was cute. So unfortunately, I had to rehome her. I feel you on that. Like,
I
it's
feel you too.
it's hard to like Terriers are, their instincts are very, I'm not saying other dogs' instincts ain't in them, they are, but terriers are so. I had a what did mama have? She had some kind of terrier, and that dog, we figured out very quickly that if that dog didn't get out enough energy to do whatever it liked to do, I forget what kind of terrier it was, but I had to just about take that dog to the woods every week and like really let that dog run and go chase stuff and do his terrier thing. Otherwise, that dog would destroy the house, would destroy it. So
And
yeah,
what's hard is like in your garden, you work so hard in your garden and you
yeah,
wait for your harvest and stuff like that just for like, okay, you my animal and I love you, but don't dig my stuff up. Don't be digging
yeah,
all my
yeah,
hard work up
yeah.
out of the garden.
And
That's
the
tough
thing,
to handle, especially if it happens multiple times.
yeah, I think maybe if Shay like lived on a farm, it may not have been too bad because maybe the dog would have went out elsewhere other than her garden. But all she really got is her backyard, and all of her backyard ain't garden, but a lot of it is. But she said hunting vermin is her instinct, and I could not take that from her. Well, I'm long as she got a good home, that's all that matters. She was a cutie pie. Um, I'm with Lynette. Anything goes.
For the
Okay, y'all.
fight.
Let me tell you something. Y'all better leave Lynette and Shay alone. They finna bite your ass. They finna do all kind of stuff. Y'all better let them alone.
And that's what people need to do. Leave them alone.
Lions have opened people's car doors. Yes, sir. I saw it on Instagram. They sitting in the car. Oh, look at the lion. The car just lion walking up to the car. That lion say, and hook that door right open. And them folks start hollering. They was hollering like hell. I
I'd
was
have been
dying.
froze. I'd have been
The lion,
froze.
the lion just was looking at them just as pretty. They opened that door. I was through.
So get your cameras out, ladies.
Yeah, yeah, get ready. But have y'all seen it when they be on the safari and the lion gets up on the safari vehicle, be laying all in the white people lap? Don't be trying to hurt them. See, I get it. That lion is used to humans, but still, I'm kind of, baby, you big and you can eat me. Like I love, and I
And their
love,
mood
like,
can change at any time. Like it's not a domesticated animal. Like that's not a thing. So the thing is, like you're
girl,
putting
that thing
yourself
was
in a
all up
vulnerable
on
situation.
the vehicle, and the
It
white
could
people,
change at any
the
time.
line was across 3 laps. It had 3 white folks pinned down. I said, y'all can save yourself, y'all wanted to. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. I'd have said, I'm getting out the safari. I'm walking back to the resort. I'm walking back. I don't
Because
want to
they're
be
gonna
part
get
of this.
them before me.
And don't get me wrong,
Lucky.
I'm the chick that I have touched tigers before. I have touched lion cubs before. Back when and I don't, now that I'm grown, I don't agree with this. When you a kid, you don't really know everything. But Barnum and Bailey used to do that. When you paid extra for your tickets and they came to town, I remember when Reunion Arena was still up before they tore it down. In the parking garage, they would have the elephants, the tigers, the lions. Now you couldn't pet no grown tiger, no grown lion, but you could pet the cubs. And they brought some tiger cubs to the State Fair of Texas one time, and you could pet the cubs. But and I thought they were so cute, but even as a cub, that sucker is,
They big. I don't
they
think
big.
they've
They bigger
taken
than
the
my
animals
dog.
out of their shows, have they?
Say that again.
I don't think they've taken the animals out of their shows, have they?
No more elephants, no more lions, no more tigers. Now, if they have any other types of animals, I don't know. Barnum and Bailey has. I don't know about every single circus, but Barnum and Bailey took elephants out. That was the last thing to come out, was the elephants, but they took the lions and tigers out a long time ago because I think I saw
Animal
the
rights?
last one when they took those out. Like when
Because it's
Gunther
bad for the
Gable,
animal. I
yeah,
know
when Gun,
Universal Circus has done the same.
yeah,
Because
yeah. So
yeah,
I think
it's bad for the animals, and that's one thing. My son, he don't play by animals. He always hated that about the circus.
when I was a kid, so when I was a kid, I used to go to the circus all the time. And like I said, Gunther Gable was he was like kind of a renowned trainer, as they say. Um, I like to see them. But when I learned what they have to do to get them to do those things, I didn't care for it. And I think that's the part that a lot of people don't know. It's just like when I was in the band. So I was talking to this lady one time, and I was telling this lady, I said, no, I went to a high school. When I went to a high school, the white people was running it. Even though most of us was black, it was ran as a white school. I said, I was not prepared when I went to college for the totally different, because core style versus show style is completely different. I said, I was not prepared. And the lady said, what do you mean? I said, well, when you first get there, you go to camp, you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning so you can be on the street at 4 o'clock in the morning because you got to do calisthenics in the morning. And then right after calisthenics, you have to march and drill and do all these things. Then you go get breakfast. Then you come back and you must go over music. Then once you get through few hours going over music, you go get a lunch, then you come back and you drill some more, then you go get dinner and you come back and you dance. And the woman said, what? Why you got to do all of that? I said, see, this is what you don't understand. I said, when you go see these little white schools, they practice twice a week. We practice every day for 5 and 6 hours, depending on what day it is. And I said,
It's a lifestyle, baby.
we practice getting on and off the bus. We practice getting on and off the plane. We practice. See, white schools, they it's totally different. It's just a different world. So I said, no, you have to be in shape to do this stuff. I said, you think when you see that show, we put that together in 10 minutes? No, that's a 10-minute show. It took hours to
And to
put
be
that
able to
together.
play instrument and also have choreography and to continue to move. I don't think people realize like the breath work, the athleticism,
Yeah,
all of
because people
that
don't
that you have
understand you're
to.
using your breath for two things. If you are a wind player, meaning if percussion is different, percussion is the only instrument that do not use their breath to play. They use sticks. Whether you
Mhm.
playing marimba, drums, whatever you playing. When you're a wind instrument, you must blow at a certain pressure to get that horn to make the certain sound. And to get it to sound good, you got to be blowing hard. And you also must use that breath to get oxygen to your muscles to be doing all this marching, all this dancing, all this getting down on the
Mhm.
ground, getting back up, all this. I told that lady, I said, yeah, you not understanding what are you doing. She was like, oh, I didn't realize that. It's the same thing with the circus. I don't think they understand what they have to do to those animals to get them to do. Just like SeaWorld. I thought SeaWorld was, when I was a kid, I thought that was the, oh, I
Me
love
too.
SeaWorld. But child, when I found out what all they doing to these animals, and you don't think about when
And the
you're a kid.
trainers that be dying and
When they
stuff,
start eating,
like
when they start eating the trainers, I said, oh, they're
they're
fighting back
unhappy. They might be unhappy
because
here.
you see that huge thing of water, pool of water, but you have to think in your mind, in nature, that whale has the whole ocean at its disposal. That pool is not shit compared to the
Mhm.
ocean. So I think a lot of people don't think about that. And when I got older, I didn't care nothing about SeaWorld. I was glad when they said, I don't know if they phased out all of the whales, but I was, because see, once that whale is in captivity, you can't just release him either. Because if you
Right,
just release him, he gonna die. He not gonna make it out there. So
right.
it's, we talking about killer whales. And see, they painted Shamu like, oh, those whales are sweet and nice. No, those are killer whales. Those are some of the most vicious whales. That's why their teeth are sharp like sharks. So it's like, y'all
And
keep
they got
playing.
people just swimming with them like it's normal,
Have you
training
seen
them,
have
making
you
them mad.
have you seen that there's a woman in a boat in the ocean. It's a black woman. She's a singer. And she starts singing to the ocean, and the humpback whales come up to hear what it is. Because they can hear. Oh, it's beautiful.
Hmm.
It's beautiful. She's singing. I don't know what she's singing, but she's just singing. And you see the humpbacks way out far, and they come up close to see what she is, and they swim by, and you see their tail go through the
That's
water.
pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. And the black woman, if you hear how she's singing, she's not singing a song, she's singing like tones that they can hear. Oh,
Hmm.
it's absolutely, I think humpback whales are beautiful. Now if one swam up to a boat I was in, I'd probably lose my shit because they're huge, but they're beautiful though.
Yeah,
Why
I, I
Lynette
I
say
admire
she
from distance.
Lynette says she was desperate and she tried to bite his ear off. Warning, anybody watching, don't fool with Lynette. Lynette.
Listen, we need to get Lynette on here and tell us that story. Lynette, I'm here for the
Wait,
play by
wait,
play.
wait, wait. David say Mike Tyson actually got ear biting from Lynette. And then she gonna agree. She said, yeah, he was punching me like I was a dude. So I took to him as best I could. Lynette, where you from? Did you tell me you was from Florida? It's going down in Florida.
I ain't surprised, Lynette. I just want to hear the play by play.
Oh, they cutting up. David talking about Dracula. Wait, they wanted to be the Lions dinner. Yeah, they did. Whoever. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes some of this stuff is too much for me. Like, okay, so I don't know how many of y'all been to Disney World, but you can go to what's the one that's like Africa? What's the park that's like Africa? Crap. Let me stop. No, I'm saying that wrong. They have Africa within its Animal Kingdom. So
Okay.
within Animal Kingdom, they have a part that's like Africa. They have a part that's like Asia. They have a part. So when you go to the like, so in the African part, they have a safari, and then even in within Africa is broken down. So they have a part that's like South Africa where you have a lot of safaris. Then they have a part that's like West Africa. But anyway, you can go on a safari, and it's called Kilimanjaro Safaris, and you can ride the little safari vehicle, and but the animals, they cannot approach the vehicle. I have to say this. Say what you want about Disney. I'm not loyal to the Disney brand, but the way they've done Disney World, the engineers and stuff, if you have kids who are into science, engineering, um, art, any of that type stuff, take them to see it one time, because when they see, so when you're on the safari, it looks like the animals can get to you. They can't. They have designed this in such a way to where it looks like there are no barriers, but there are natural barriers that these animals cannot get to you. So it
Mm.
looks like you're on a savannah, but you're not really. And like if you do the behind the scenes, they have some stuff you can pay for that's behind the scenes. I'm that type of nerd, so I pay for that kind of stuff. And when you see the way they've designed it and the thought pattern that's gone into it to where the animals are in their natural habitat, and understand the animals that's at Disney, these animals are at animals that usually like they got hurt, like somebody tried to hunt them, like some of the lions, somebody tried to hunt them but didn't kill them, so they are not
Mm.
fit for the wild because they would die. So Disney's Animal Kingdom is actually a conservation effort. That's the only reason why I'm not so against the animals being there, because most of their animals, even if you can't tell it, they're not fit for the wild. They would have to be in a refuge somewhere. So this is
Mm.
like the best refuge that they can be in, because they get treated, them animals, they get spoiled.
They living a
Absolutely.
life, huh?
They're spoiled. And like they live in very natural, like the lions, they're outside. Now, do they have places where they can go and get shelter? Yeah. But they're outside, out in the open, the giraffes, the rhinos, all these different things. So you be looking at this stuff, and this stuff be beautiful, and you just be riding, and it just be, oh, look, all this stuff.
From a
And
safe distance.
yes, and the animals cannot, because that's a liability. Disney not finna let them animals come up to that. Baby, do you know they'll be closed? They'll be closed. Them animals come up on that thing. But yeah, so when I went there and saw how big a giraffe was, I was like the giraffe is like really, it's really ridiculous. The Dallas Zoo has a beautiful giraffe enclosure as well. You can
The
actually
San Diego Zoo, you can feed the giraffes.
yeah, you can feed them at the Dallas Zoo. You can feed them. And it's crazy because where you are, their head is up there. And when you look down in the enclosure, when you see how far their feet is away from you, that's the
Mm-hmm.
weirdest, like, because you're like 20 feet in the air, and you be feeding them carrots and stuff, and they take the little carrots. Ooh, but their tongue is so slimy. Now that runs me ragged. Ooh, the slime. the slime.
That's why.
So, but they're so pretty though. They lashes is so long. They eyelashes. They
They're pretty.
yeah. I said it must be what these girls is trying to look like these days. They going for that
With the
look.
lashes.
Yeah, I think so.
Mm.
Yeah, because they get loose.
Is the weather changing where you are?
It is. It's getting cooler. The days have been in the high 80s. So yeah, it's cooling off.
That's
Yeah, I
good. I'm
knew that
waiting
the
on it.
circus came from that. In India, they have a thing about elephants. They love to keep elephants and all that kind of stuff. David said he hated SeaWorld. Yeah, if you was in the ocean, them killer whales would eat you. Definitely, they would eat you. They eat
Mhm,
seals and stuff like that. That's why it doesn't make sense
mhm,
with SeaWorld because they have seals at SeaWorld, and in nature, them things they would eat them seals and walruses and stuff.
mhm.
Yeah, I seen how they. If you talking about the whale Shay, I seen how they hunt they prey, swim real fast, and bite them and be tearing them all to pieces. Oh, it's a mess. No, I wouldn't. Okay, I'm an Aquarius, but I'm a land Aquarius. I don't do water like that, y'all. I won't even get in a swimming pool. They talking about you have to pay me to get in a jacuzzi. I don't care nothing
You
about that.
believe in Aquarius, sis?
I'm a land, yeah, I'm a terrestrial Aquarius. Let
Okay.
me tell you my water attributes. I go with the flow of things like water, but all
Yeah.
that swimming and carrying on, no ma'am. No ma'am. I'm
Okay.
good. I'm a land animal.
Understandable.
Now I can keep myself alive if I need to, but I'll let like I don't like going to the pool. But let me break this down. So going to the pool for me, I don't like going to like for instance Wet and Wild and water parks. I don't like that because y'all when I figured it out early on. So I had to go to the restroom. So I got out of the water and went to the restroom. Wet and Wild was full that day. It was packed. I think it's called, what is it called now? Hurricane Harbor. I think that's what it's called now. But anyway, I went to the restroom. Nobody was in the restroom. What kind of amusement park you go to and nobody's in the restroom? It was like me and one other person in the restroom. Them people pissing in that water. I'm good. That number of people pissing in the water, and I know it's got chlorine and filters and stuff. I don't care. When I figured that out, I told my mom, I said, Mom, I'm ready to go. She said, because Mama don't swim either. Mama was like, what's wrong? I said, Mama, ain't nobody in the bathroom. My mama started laughing. She said, what they got to do with anything? I said, Mama,
Cause
look
they
at all
been somewhere.
you tell me all these little kids, they don't have to pee when we go to Six Flags. It'd be a line at the bathroom. My mama was dying. She said, oh, you done put two and two together, huh? I said, Mama, they peeing in the water. They peeing in the water. I said, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. My mama said, you don't, I said, I'm ready to go. I'm not.
Dang.
The municipal pool was the same way. Well, hardly nobody in the bathroom. Y'all pissing in this water. Y'all been out here 8 hours. I watched my cousin out there 8 hours from sun up to sundown. You ain't went to the bathroom. You pissing in that water.
He ain't. They don't stop for snacks or nothing. We used to have snacks and restrooms
Okay,
bring the pool on the base.
my municipal pool didn't have snacks. Now at Wet and Wild they had food. They was getting
You
the
got to.
food.
You supposed to pack the snacks.
Oh, okay. Well, we weren't packing no snacks.
'Cause I'm about to say, like
we weren't
we
packing
used
no
to. I when I used to take the kids to the pool on base, we would pack snacks and be there all day, and then they would take breaks. Get out, eat some watermelon or something. I don't know, some fruits, get some
See,
juices,
see,
hydrate,
the people,
go to the
the people in the
restroom.
comments. See, the people in the comments. No, let me see. He said those
Now, when
places
I
are
went
still.
to the pool in the hood, I used to pump somebody on my bike. We wasn't taking no snacks,
See,
so
and
I
that's
guess.
how we was getting there. We was either walking or riding our bikes. Like we wasn't. Yeah, and that's
But
probably
even
why
then,
we
we
didn't have
would
no
get out and
snacks.
go
We was
to.
too
We had
little.
a snowball place. We could get a snowball, and we would still pee. I would still go to the restroom though. I was
See,
going
and
to
I'm getting
the
out going to the bathroom. I'm not realizing y'all in here pissing in the water. And the people in the comments agreeing. They laughing. Janice
because
say, "Oh my, the pee in the water."
they was everybody was peeing
See,
in that
and they
water.
see this one I'm talking about. All y'all got y'all mouths open. drinking public piss water. And see, you can't even lie, because you do. You be in there hollering and frolicking, that water be getting in your mouth. And when I thought about that, I said,
And it's not just pee water. It's also people spitting the water out of their mouths and back
yes,
into the water.
yes,
It's a mess. It's a
it's
mess.
nasty. I'm good. Now, people that want
And
to
to know
swim
that
up
some
out
people
too.
think going to the pool is a bath.
Oh,
'Cause
I hadn't heard
I
that
know I used
actually.
to have to go straight to the bathtub. I had to wash from head to toe, shampoo, hair, and everything. Like from like we knew that was a full day. You went to the pool all day, you
Yes,
gotta clean your whole self, your clothes
yes,
up and everything. And you ought to be tired because you've been out there all day anyway, and now
yeah,
you're cleaning.
yeah.
But
Because
no,
when I
some
got
people
home, my mama was like, "Girl, that chlorine, go wash your hair, all that." And so washing hair meant wash ass too. All that finna get washed, everything.
everything.
David said, "I can't swim, so don't worry about me, sweetheart. My head ain't going on the water." Oh
It's like
yeah, yeah. The municipal
uh,
pools, water parks. I'm good. I'm good. Like, like I said, when you a kid, but now that I'm grown, you can't pay me. Now going to the beach, it's still, to me, I'm gonna tell you what, I don't really care for the beach like that. And what I don't like about the beach is the sand. It gets everywhere. So I
mm-hmm.
remember the first time I went to the beach, and I was like halfway. I was a teenager. We was in high school. My band used to take a trip every year, and we went to Florida. And the first day we went to the beach, and um, girl, I just knew I was cute, honey, baby. I had the body to do it back then. I had a bikini with a little wrap and shit on. You couldn't tell me nothing, honey. And we went to the beach, and that was the first time I had really went to the beach. And because like I said, when you little, sometimes you go places you're not paying attention. I had been to the beach before, but we just kind of went to the beach and then we left. Like, daddy drove on the beach with the car. We got out. I had on regular clothes, and then we got back in the car and left. This time we went to the beach. We in high school. We think we grown. All of us out there with our bathing suits. Like I said, we young. We had the bodies to do all this. We young and got our stomachs out and stuff, and we cute and everything, and got our little wraps. Had the little wraps tied around you and stuff. We stayed out there on that beach. When we got back to that hotel, the places that sand was, no, and I don't mean just between your toes.
Crevices.
Oh, honey, up
Those
under
are
your
the
breasts.
crevices.
The sand be everywhere. And I'm taking a shower, and I remember because like it was 4 to a hotel room, and so it was 4 kids to each hotel room. And in my room, it was me and 3 of my homegirls. And I remember we was taking turns taking a shower, and it was my turn to take a shower. And I remember hollering through the door like, "Y'all, it's sand everywhere!" And they was in the room dying. I said, if I don't never go to the beach again, it'll be too soon. I
I
mean,
don't
like,
mind it.
even
I love me a beach. I definitely grew up at the beach. I definitely just go
girl,
home. I just, long as I can go straight to the bathtub, child, I'm good.
girl,
It has
I
to
need
be healthy.
when I
But I
leave the beach,
also
I need
come
a
very
pressure
much
wash.
prepared. I'm the to have the tent, have the blanket laid
See,
out,
we didn't have all
have
that.
the yeah.
We didn't have all that.
Or
Once
when I was
again, we was
little, I
bootleg.
wouldn't say we had a blanket. I had a towel though. I had a towel to
We
lay
was
on.
bootleg. We had a towel that we laid on, but damn it, when you lay on that towel, it don't take much. That sand be up on the towel, you up
Then you
on the
keep walking
towel.
back and forth, sitting back down. Now the sand all over the towel. You can't even use the towel no more for
You
nothing
be
else.
trying to shake. You be trying to shake the towel out, lay it back down again,
Yeah, you're right. It's a struggle.
baby. And
And
like
now
I said,
I feel like they got
I want
alligators
to
in the.
say, I'll never go to the beach. But for real, like when people be like, "Oh, I'm going to Destin," and all they doing is the beach for 3 or 4 days. That's boring to me. That beach
Mhm.
for 3 or 4 days. Did we see this yesterday? I don't see this no more. We must move on. Like,
I feel you.
girl, oh, excuse
What
me,
the
I got a
people saying?
notification. Don't mind me. I can't with these people. Like, okay, so when you 40 years old, you have to see, you want people to come to your rescue. That's how I know you was never taught to grow up. All you have to do is go online and look for that. But you would rather text in a group text and ask, do anybody know such as a apiary? Do anybody know where it's an apiary? All you had to do was Google online and you could have found the local apiaries. But I'm not getting into that. Like please, grown people, try to do,
Use your own resources.
because that was a
At
five
least
second
before you
Google.
come to the group,
That was a
tap
five
into your
second
own
Google.
power.
It's Sunday. Maybe nobody wants to look that up for you on a Sunday. People is relaxing, doing whatever they doing. I'm gonna tell y'all what happened because this ain't gonna make no sense. So my neighbor Mary was gone. She went on a conference for a week. She came back yesterday. When she came back, she saw that she had honeybees in her shed. When she texted me first, and I answered, but then she called. I'm at a football game, boo boo. Number one, I can't hear you. Number two, I'm not finna talk to you about these bees at the football game.
Uh-huh.
Um, so I didn't answer. I sent her ass a voicemail. She waited a while and she texted some more. I guess she finally figured out, oh, she busy. And so she sent a video and I said, those are honeybees. I said, and she said she had been spraying them with wasp spray. She had
You
nerve enough
spray
to
so many
say,
people wasp spray?
I said, what kind of bees are they? I said,
So
are they
what you calling
honeybees?
me for then if you're murdering them already?
She clearly didn't murder too much because hell, when she sent me the video, they were flying like they were just
They
fine.
didn't care.
May
Okay. Well, what
I
was she
hope
trying
I
to do?
hope
Put
they
them to
all right.
sleep? Was she trying to kill them? What was she trying to do? Fog them
Yeah,
out?
yeah, more or less. Because what she told me, well, I said, girl, those are honeybees. I said, call a local apiary. They should come out and they should be able to get them. She was like, well,
And
I
then
don't.
she didn't go and Google that.
She said, I don't have any money right now. I said, girl, pay attention. I said, those bees are valuable for obvious reasons. Usually, the apiary will come out for free, or it's not going to be that much money, maybe $20, $30. The apiary is very, very close. I'm sure they'll come for free and come get those bees because if y'all know anything about bees, they're valuable. To get a hive,
Mhm.
it doesn't matter how small or big it is. The bigger it is, probably the more valuable. But they're valuable. They get honey, they get wax, they get bees. That's what they, this
They
apiary
help grow
sells
our
their honey.
food.
So I was like, they should come out. I said, I don't think they really gonna charge you. If they do, they might charge you 20, 30, 40, $50. They're not gonna really charge you no money.
Yeah.
So I said that to her yesterday, and she was like, well, why do I have so much stuff going on? I said, girl, I told you years ago, take that vinyl siding off your house. Vinyl siding, see, there's a hole in it. The bees love to get in between there. It's a perfect home to
Oh.
be in because there's a gap between your house and the vinyl siding. And I told her a long time ago, because wasps live in her house too. They find openings. They go up in there. I said, girl, they probably got a nest behind that side. They probably got a nest up in there. And she won't listen. She don't want to take it off. They ain't got nothing to do with me. Ain't got nothing to do with me. So so today, she stopped talking. So today she texts in a group text. Does anybody know of a local apiary? Bitch, you could have Googled that.
Yeah.
You could have Googled that. It's two or three of them around here.
Like you
Like,
can be spoon fed every part of the process on your own stuff. Like learn. It's okay. Google it. You'll find one. Like now you'll know for next time if you go ahead and find it this time. It's okay.
girl,
It'll be your first time. You can even call and say, hey guys, hope this is the right place. I have these bees. What's next? Even if
see,
it's the wrong place, they might have a number to the right place. Just
see,
just
this is
just
this is
try it
what
out.
happens. This is what happens when you. She really was raised in such a fashion to where, like, I've come, like, the more she tells me about her childhood, I really start to understand. Like, yeah, y'all was just allowed to just live, breathe, eat, and crap and sleep. Like, y'all didn't have to learn nothing. Y'all didn't have to. And to me that's foreign because like I don't know. It's just foreign to me. I was not able to just only do the bare minimum growing up. Like like I have like some stuff she do on her house. I'm like, you didn't have to help
Or
your
you mean
parents do
like
it.
they didn't have to problem solve or anything? Sound like it's
Not in
okay to
her
work
household.
through and
Not in her household, they didn't.
mm,
In my household, my mama, you like my mama sometimes, girl, what you calling me for that for? Girl, get off my phone. Like if she was at work and I be calling, girl, you calling me for this? Click, click. She just hang the phone.
not
Hang the
click,
phone up.
not
Girl,
click.
call me for this. You know
That's
better
so
than this.
funny.
Like, but
You
child,
you need to allow your kids to process things sometimes
but then she
because
wonder why
they won't feel capable.
she wonders why 4 out of 4, her and her 3 siblings, while all of them have some level of anxiety and things like that, because you don't know how to do anything. You don't have any
Mm,
confidence in yourself. People don't understand some of this anxiety comes from, not all of it, but some of it comes from you don't know how to do anything. You have no clue.
yeah,
Like if a problem arises, you think it's the end of the world because you don't know how to do anything. You don't even like the levers in your brain don't even go through any logical. Like even if I don't know how to do something,
you just don't think you're
nowadays
capable.
get on
Like,
your phone, you can look up something. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Like this ain't even like back in the early 2000s. That wasn't really a thing. Sometimes you had to think on your feet. You know what I'm saying? Now you had that doggone phone. You can punch in on even a government phone or show you how to do something.
yeah.
Government phones got the internet, so I like gonna be understanding, but she'll be all right. She'll be just fine.
You know, just reminding her that she's capable.
Something like that. Cause when she get to calling me, I'm sending you the voicemail. I'm not finna fool with you right now.
Yeah.
Exactly. Janice say you can use YouTube University. You are absolutely right. If all else fails, YouTube University. And I've told her this a million times, but her first inclination is still to bother other people
Yeah.
on a Sunday. But when she don't want to be bothered, you can't find her. You know what I'm saying? The government can't find her when she want to be bothered.
Not the government.
Yeah, and the government can just, well, I don't know about this government, but you get what I'm saying. They can find you. But but yeah, girl, ain't nobody studying that. It's a Sunday. People laid back, people chilling, recouping before they have to, start back and get hit it on Monday. And she texting the group text. Talking about, do anybody know a local apiary when you can Google it?
Has
They not
anyone
gonna, and the
responded
killer
to
part
her?
is they probably not gonna come on a Sunday anyway. I don't. She's a
Mm-mm.
professor. She's a professor at a university. I don't think she teaches tomorrow. Why don't you call them tomorrow? You don't teach on Mondays.
Yeah.
See what I'm talking about? She got office
But
hours,
she
but she
ain't gonna
don't.
call him tomorrow if none of y'all respond to her today because she ain't gonna look it up.
Well, that's on her because I have no intentions of responding. I have zero intentions,
I don't blame you.
girl. But yeah, I found a whole bunch of seeds. I found some rutabaga seeds and some. Do you like rutabagas? Have you ever had them? I know a lot of people haven't had rutabagas.
I've only had them once and I did like it.
How did you have them?
I made them like potatoes. My mom gave them
Okay.
to me. I baked them. It
Yeah,
was
that's
pretty
what
good.
I've heard that they be kind of. That's something I haven't tried. Roasting turnips. So a lot of people don't like turnips. They say if you roast them, they be kind of sweet a little bit. They say
Mm,
they good but then also I think people don't know it's different kinds of turnips. So if you don't like a super strong turnip flavor, grow a gold turnip. Gold turnips aren't as strong as those purple top turnips.
oh, that's kind of the same for beets too, right?
Yeah,
Think people
gold
sometimes use
beets.
the gold
Gold
beet
beets are
better
not
than the
as
red
strong if you don't.
earthy.
But I know for me though, I like to roast my beets. I've met so many people be boiling beets or had them boiled and don't like them boiled. And I said, well, yeah, it's probably because you
People.
boil them. I don't too much care. Roasted, I like them. Even my neighbor was like, I don't like no beets. Some. Girl, I took some fall and took some beets and cleaned them real good and put some olive oil and some salt and pepper on them. And I cut them up just kind of like in bite-sized cubes and put them in a foil packet and put them on the grill. And I let them like roast on the grill, but they still got some of that smoky flavor because I had poked a couple of holes in the foil packet.
Mm.
Girl, I opened them packets up once them beets got tender. I said, try this. Homeboy was eating them beets. He said, these beets?
Just
I
depend
said,
on how
ain't
you
they red?
prepare it.
He was like,
Mm-hmm.
they good, they good. I said, see, but see, my neighbor's so old school. I keep trying to tell people you can't boil everything. You can't
True.
boil everything. He in love with boiling. He like to make peas and things like that, which I get it. You gonna boil, but you can't boil everything. He like to boil his corn. Boiled corn don't do nothing for me. Steamed is
Mm-hmm.
okay. I can take steam, but like when people boil it for forever and it ain't no
I
taste
I
left.
take corn anyway, but you definitely got to put some stuff in the water if you boiling it. For me, like you better
Yeah.
be infusing some type of flavor.
And he don't. He
Don't
put
let
water
it go
in
too
there.
long. You know what I'm saying?
He boiled it in water for
I
four
like it
hours. All of the kernels
roasted
be
corn. No, I
they
like a good
corn.
roasted corn. Put some
I
butter
love
on
roasted. I'll even bake it in the oven. Put it in the oven. Put it in some
it.
foil. Put
Mm.
some butter in there. Put it in the oven. I'll steam it. I like to cut the kernels off the cob and fry it. If you boil it, like I said, just don't boil it too long for me. Like when you boil it and all the kernels done busted and all of that,
Too far.
it's too far. It's too far. You've gone too far. You've gone too far.
I agree.
Janet said she like Janet. Was you talking about the rutabagas? You say you like them raw. What do they taste like raw? I've never eaten them raw. But yeah, my neighbor like rutabagas, so I think I'm gonna drop some seeds for both of us.
My
For
mom likes rutabagas. I'm about to take over her plot at the community garden. So
real. Did
mm,
she ain't got time for it, or she said I'm through with this.
I feel like she doesn't have time for it. And then she's also gonna be relocating to Missouri probably at the end of the semester to go stay with and take care of my aunt. So
Okay.
I think she just I'm like, don't let it go, mama. I'll take care of it. Just give me the key. She told me you gonna have to go to the meeting once a month. Okay, I can go to the meeting once a month. I could do that. I'm gonna be in the community garden. So that's gonna be a little more land for me to grow on top of
Yeah,
my
I
little
was gonna say
backyard.
that'll replace that other backyard you lost.
Yes. You see how I get blessed?
So now you need to go dig up your good guava and take it over to the community garden. What else over at mommy's house?
Don't think I won't.
Girl, I'd have been dug my guava.
Because
I'd have
that
dug
peach
it up
over there is
while he was
big,
praying.
beautiful,
I'd have
and
put a gas
thriving.
mask on and a shovel. Digging my shit up.
Oh, and the sugar cane over there is huge now. I said I
Shovel.
didn't even have no sugar cane in my yard. I'd have planted it over here.
Well, the
I should
good
have
thing
started
about
with that.
sugar cane, even if you just get some pieces, cut you
That's
some
what I'm gonna
pieces,
do.
you can plant them.
That's what I'm gonna do. I might do a little tour for y'all next time I go over there. Now I done stepped foot in the garden again a few times. I ain't touching nothing. I'm not
What's
doing
so
nothing. I ain't
what's
gonna
so
care too hard, but
what's
I've
over there
been
besides the guava and the sugar cane and
that I planted. There's a huge black turmeric that I don't even think mommy knew was black turmeric. That probably needs to be dug up this time. I'm bet there's a lot up under there.
rhizome probably they probably
hmm remember, I don't know if y'all remember, we brought and planted that peach, and the peach was so good. She has a grape over there that we planted. I think she's planted like a few tomatoes. You know, the alubu always comes back. Um, the sweet potato has always come back since I planted it over there the first
but
time,
she
and
probably ain't been harvesting
she eats the leaves, but not the not the tuber.
sweet potato.
Yeah, so it's been a minute. I might see what produces this year if I want to grab some. But she cooks with the leaves a lot. But it's mostly what I left over there, plus a few little things. Like I think she planted ugu this time again. It's like two of those. The alubu's always big. That you don't have to replant or really maintain at all. That bitter leaf one. And
Yeah.
then I think Malabar spinach keep coming back every year, but she didn't really like that. But I do like it. So I'm about to try to see if I can get a cutting and bring it over here.
Or some of them seeds when it make them little berries, make them seeds.
Mm-hmm.
I think Clausen World sent me Malabar spinach. Or did you? You might have sent me Malabar. Some it must have been
It
Clausen
must have
World.
been Clausen World because I don't
Yeah.
have any. I would like it though. I
I
do
got
like
some.
it.
It was Clausen World or Shay or somebody. Somebody sent me Malabar spinach seeds. I need to plant them.
Yeah, I
Janice
like
said the
Malabar
taste of
spinach.
a rutabaga is a little bit sweeter than turnips. Raw, she talking about, and it's crunchy. She said she
Oh,
compared it
okay.
to a cabbage core. You know, it probably. I don't know, Janet, if you've ever had jicama. It almost kind of sounds a
Mm,
little bit like jicama. Jicama
like
is
a crunchy, fresh.
sweet and crunchy. You know, kind of watery like.
Y'all making me hungry. I think I'm gonna have to find some lunch soon.
Oh, Aisha
I
got to
need to.
go cook.
I'm gonna add some of these seeds to my list though. I need to go back through my seeds and get a lot of stuff planted. Trying to like amend the beds, add in soil, bury food scraps, all that good stuff. I've been considering getting a rabbit, but I don't want to take care of it. Mia will have to be the rabbit's mommy, and I will just get the poop
You
for the
think?
garden, and I
You
would
think?
feed it garden veggies.
You think Mia will do? You think
She
she'll
said,
take?
I think she will.
Yeah, and that's why I said, "Do you think?" Because I know as a kid, I would say all kind of shit if I wanted a rabbit. But see, Mama knew. See, my mama was a different mama because she'll threaten me. You want that little motherfucker? I will take him back.
Yeah, me too. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know how it's gonna live if you don't feed it, girl. Like, he gonna die. So what?
Yeah, I learned
You
real
gonna have to
quick.
step up to the plate. That's
I
called
learned real quick when I
responsibility.
said I wanted stuff because Mama was serious. I would take care of it because I wanted it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Like,
because
girl, he
I had
depending on
rabbits as
you.
a kid. I had a rabbit. I had mice as a kid. I had a dog, and some of this
Mhm.
was simultaneous. Like we always had dogs, but like rabbits don't live as long as a dog. But I had rabbit for but like 3 years, and the vet actually said the kind of rabbits I had shouldn't have lived that long. They was like them some 1 year rabbits, because like okay, I didn't get you go to the pet store and you get certain breeds that are meant to be kept.
Mhm.
That's not the kind of rabbit that I got. What I got was my mama's coworker was in her yard and they found a rabbit nest with the babies.
Oh.
But they found out that the mother got killed. Like a dog or something got the mother and killed it. So
Mhm.
they were wild babies, but she got the baby when she found out the mama had died, she didn't want the babies to die. So she got the babies out the nest and took them in the house and raised them. And when they got to a certain size, because when
Sweet.
I got them, they was little. I had two of them. You could hold one in each hand. But when they got big enough to eat like grass and vegetables and stuff, that's when I had wild rabbits. Wild rabbits apparently don't really live that long. They
That
say
is
they live
so
like a
sweet
year.
though. Like that little bit of life they had was a
It's
good
crazy.
life.
Yeah, because it was four of them. I kept two. I got two, and she kept two. And I think hers
Hey,
died before
baby in the
mine.
back.
I
Look,
know. Andy.
cameo. Hey, boo.
Say it's there we go. Now it's clear. Look into the
Mm-hmm.
camera. See how this what they do.
Oh, look how sweet.
Spar. Spar riding.
Look
Spar.
sweet.
Say I'm spar. Okay, that's enough spar. That's Indy.
Mm.
Her name is her full name is Independent. As you can see, she's not.
Independent.
Yeah, you remember that song INDEPE? That's what I and that's
Independent.
the way her name is spelled too. I dot N dot is spelled. But
I'm
that's
telling Night about you because
when
ever
she
since Jerry.
but when she was a puppy out of the three, she really would. She would be to herself. Like
Mm-hmm.
Uno and 2.0 were the two that was. always, but she would be to herself, like sniffing and exploring and all of that kind of stuff. But she's very lovey dovey though too when she want to be,
Hmm.
as you can see.
That's
When
why
I
pets are
take her
good for you.
places, she
Because
be
they love
all
you
on.
back.
Yeah, when I take her places, she be all over the people. People love it. Like if I take her down to the food trucks, we got some food trucks down the street. If I go get something and I take her with me because they're pet friendly, and because they have dog fountains at the food truck park, and
That's
they got all
cool.
that. Yeah, they got a little dog play area, a little fenced in kind of dog park if you want to let your animals play with the other animals. But
Oh,
nah, she be out there with the people. One lady had her sitting on the picnic bench with her. She was sharing her hamburger with her. I was like, okay, Andy up here getting spoiled.
living a
She,
life, baby.
I know she be getting
It's
spoiled.
like you famous.
I said, y'all just rotten. Y'all absolutely rotten.
No, but they so sweet.
Yeah, they some sweet babies to a point. Iris over there knocked out.
So, what you looking forward to in your fall garden? What you trying to harvest a bunch of?
I'm looking forward to the brassicas. I think I'm gonna plant me some beets. I'm looking forward to those. The last time I planted beets, I didn't have a real successful like the tops grew, but the
But
bottoms,
not the.
yeah, I think it was the seeds I got. I don't think they were the best quality seeds because I should have gotten some type of bottoms. I didn't get any bottoms, and then it eventually went to seed, and then the seeds wasn't viable. You see what I'm saying? I
Mm-hmm.
feel like whatever that was not. So I got some beets. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to more greens, like collards and stuff like that. I still got some turnips out there. I left a few turnips hoping that they'll go to seed, like the golden turnips and the regular purple top turnips. I left a few of them out there so that they could go to seed, but I think I'm gonna plant some more turnip seeds. It may take they may go to seed in the spring. Maybe they have to go see some plants have to do that. They have to make a whole year and then they go to seed.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's what it is. But I have been harvesting turnip leaves. I've been harvesting the turnip leaves, but I'm definitely looking forward to that. In the fall, I'm looking forward to this roselle. I know you plant that in the spring, but you harvest in the fall. So
Mm-hmm.
um looking forward to that. What else? I really been enjoying. I've been harvesting a lot of peppers. I've been harvesting a lot of peppers. My tomatoes have started back making tomatoes.
And what you like to do with your peppers? You freeze them? Do you make powder
I do
or
a bunch of stuff. So I chop.
combination? I know you like to cook with them fresh too.
Yeah, I do. I really like cooking with them fresh. But that's why I do chop and freeze because girl, sometimes the prep, I ain't got time. I want to reach in the freezer and get some and drop over in my stuff and going on. So I do chop and freeze for those purposes. And then um these cayennes I got, I think I'm gonna make some pepper powder. So I'm gonna dehydrate them, save seeds, and then make pepper powder. But then I'm also collecting a bunch of them. I want to make some hot sauce. I
Mm.
think I'm gonna try to make some fermented hot sauce. I've never made
I
the
want to try
fermented
that too.
hot sauce, so I said I want to try to make fermented hot sauce. I was gonna try that. So, and then what else do I be doing with the peppers? I may make some salsa. Granted, a lot of that's not all peppers, but I want to put some peppers in the salsa. I
Mm-hmm.
got some sweet peppers, so I harvested. I don't know if the video posted or not. I can't remember what be in my videos, but girl, we had got some rain one day and the wind was blowing. And y'all don't do what I do. Make sure if you got some sweet peppers that's kind of tall and the stems is kind of thick, stake them. Girl, I ain't staked that stuff, baby. The tops broke out of three. They had some heavy
Mm.
peppers on them, and when that wind got to blowing, that stuff snapped and broke.
Break
But
off.
it's okay. I still can use the peppers were fine. So I got three big sweet peppers. Um, I'm gonna make something with those peppers. I don't know. I'm gonna chop them up and cook with them, do something with them. But it didn't kill the pepper plants just because they break.
You
You know they'll
said it
branch
breaks
out.
pieces off though.
It broke some good sized limbs, but they'll branch out and there were some branches that still had peppers. So it didn't break all of them. It just broke three branches, but that wasn't all the branches, but still, it set you back a little bit, but it's okay. Like
Yeah.
I said, y'all stake your stuff. Don't be foolish. I staked one set of peppers and I forgot to do those.
And
And
you got to think about not when you planting it and how small it is, it's how big it's gonna get, and all
uh-huh.
the fruits that's
Because
gonna
I
hang
should have,
off of it that you want to eat, and you want to let it
yep.
ripen on there. So
And
you
I
got to
should
support
have
it.
I should have anticipated and already had my stuff, in order. Like as far as my support, whatever supports. So
Yeah.
yesterday, not yesterday, day before yesterday, I got out there and I had because the tomato plant was standing up, but the wind kind of, it didn't break it, but it blew it over. It didn't have no tomatoes on it, it had blooms on it. Baby, I went out there and put me some more bamboo and start tying them tomatoes up.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I ain't finna have this. I said, y'all,
Before you even have a problem.
so everything is supported now. It's nothing that's not supported. Um, my ground cherries got so many ground cherries on them that it's unreal.
I
It
can't
really
tell if
is.
one of my tomatillos died. I put two in the same pot, and you need two. But now they all look mixed in together. I'm like, I don't know if it's the same one. We'll see. I might try again next time, because this would have been my first time.
Hey Stephanie, I ain't seen you in a minute, girl.
Hey,
What's been going
Stephanie.
on? What's been going on? Stephanie, how your garden doing? But yeah, girl, I'm trying to think. Let me see. I sold all those brassicas, so yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the greens. I'm trying to think. Is it anything? Oh, I may sow some lettuce. I got some lettuce, and I got some winter cabbage. I may sow that too. I've never grown winter cabbage. Somebody gave me those seeds. So yeah, I still got a couple of things I want to drop and got time for. I think I got some Brussels sprout seeds over here somewhere, but actually that's not the right time. I'm not gonna sow no Brussels sprouts. Um,
What would be the best time you feel like to sow Brussels sprouts?
so Brussels
Like early
sprouts, they
spring?
are brassica, they'll come up anytime, but in order for it to make the actual sprouts, it waits until it starts getting cooler. It's almost like roselle. So when it starts
Mm-hmm.
getting cooler, like it'll put on all these leaves, and you can harvest the leaves and eat them just like collards. But it'll just be putting on leaves and won't be putting on no Brussels. It's when it start getting cooler. Cause Army Chickadee, she showed hers. Hers are starting to put on the little Brussels sprouts. So yeah, you want to kind of plant them in the spring and let them get tall, and then as it gets cooler along the stalk, it'll put on the Brussels. So yeah, you kind of
Okay.
want to plant it. You probably could plant it late summer too if you want, or midsummer if you wanted to. But planting it now, it won't. Yeah, see, Army Chickadee say hers got Brussels. Yeah, I saw on your video. I watched your video. Did I watch it yesterday? I think I watched it yesterday, like yesterday morning or something. My garden is doing great. I'm working on my fall garden now. Okay, good.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that. Stephanie been watching for forever.
Stephanie, what you planting in your fall garden? We were just talking about what we're looking forward to. Same for me with the brassicas, carrots. You know, I love me some carrots. My
I
family
got some
loves to
carrots I need
harvest
to
some
drop.
carrots. I'm trying deal again, even though it got me stabbed last time.
You did you, these are seeds. These still mammoth deal or regular deal?
Bouquet deal. I got these seeds on sale at Plants for All Seasons. They had like a big sale on their seeds last time, and I got a bunch. So I'm trying this one bouquet deal, and I'm gonna put it in a pot, not in the ground.
Yeah.
because I think that that big old deal really attracted those wasps. I have wasps in my garden anyway. It's just that when you get
I
close to
think
their home, that's when they start getting aggressive. And that one, they had built their home
I
in the
think
deal.
I think the deal, which I never thought about it until after I saw your video, you're probably right that it did attract the wasps, and I'm gonna tell you why. So what likes to eat deal? Butterfly babies. Just like
Mm-hmm.
they like to eat carrots and all of that. And I bet you those wasps built that nest right up in there because they say, hey, we ain't got to go far from home. If we happen to see any
To eat.
worms up in here, we can get our worms real close to the house. So yeah,
Yep.
it probably did because what they probably thought was, let me build my home next to the food source, which that's not
Mm-hmm.
that's smart in nature. It just was inconvenient for you.
I just got all up in it and got
Mhm.
stabbed.
Because I'm telling you, those worms, those wasps, they're still out in my garden searching, looking for stuff. I saw one of them getting a worm yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
But but yeah, like I said, it can be inconvenience for us or borderline dangerous for us if they be stinging us and all that kind of thing, especially if they're aggressive, and they're going to be aggressive next to
If
that
you're
nest.
near their home.
Yeah,
Yep.
when you
That's
next
the
to
only time I've
when
ever
you
been
next to their
stung is
babies, they
normally.
gonna tear you down.
Yep. And they quick.
Yes, faster than you. They can fly faster than you can run.
Like they already got you by the time you
By the
realize.
time you take one step, they done tagged you twice.
Facts.
And wasps ain't like bees. They don't die when they sting. They can sting you over and over and over if they want to. So,
And they will.
but
You
yeah,
don't back up.
like I said, they've never made a nest in my garden yet. I hope they don't ever do that. Now I do see them frequent my garden. I see where the nests be sometimes. Like I've seen nests up in the trees. I've seen my neighbor's house got a bunch of nests around, and she crazy. I said, "Girl, I
Hmm.
knocked them nests off my house at the very least. Like I would
Yeah.
knock them off
We
my
have a
house."
nest on the fence that's like, going from the front to the back, and we use it a lot. So we got to get rid of that one because they going to get irritated every time we open and close that door. And
Mm-hmm.
we going to have to remember to run every time we open and close that door. So high traffic areas, especially for my kids too. Like that deal was very pretty. It was nice to like walk under,
Mm-hmm.
but I would check for the wasp nest. It actually was kind of hard to find. Because I want my kids to be comfortable and be able to, play and move
Yeah,
around and not
you don't want them to get tagged by no wasps. Like,
right.
mm-mm.
So I'm just not encouraging that.
Stephanie says she's growing carrots, bok choy, kale, broccoli, lettuces, zucchini, roselle, potatoes, cauliflower, radishes, onions, and Asian greens. Uh Girl, what how it must it I remember where you live at. It don't get too cold there. Or do y'all get winter there? She live in Texas too.
Okay.
Yeah. What's up, J3GS Farm? J3, you through preaching? He a minister, I think, or a
Okay.
pastor.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Preacher Man.
Don't give me the line about the terminology because it's supposedly a difference between all these things. I don't know what they are.
Oh, me either.
don't don't give me the line about what the difference is between
Yeah.
all of them. But yeah, girl, what you see? When the animals start looking, you have to start looking. When all their heads,
Speaking of animals,
it
I'm gonna
was
go
it
check
was
on
so
the quail. I had to separate somebody this
what
week.
happened,
Big Bird. I put the new quail in the cozy
baby.
and everything was cool. Big Bird started poking at everybody. So I separated her for like 3 days and I put her back.
Wait, wait,
She
wait.
acting fool today. She
It's
going in the
like
freezer, sis. I ain't lying.
let me tell you something. You gonna have to put a little sign on that thing that say Huntsville Correction Center.
And it's
Right, then you gonna have to in the set
only
where you separate them. You gonna have to put solitary confinement. You gonna put a sign that says solitary confinement. For those that don't know, the penitentiary in Texas is in Huntsville. For those that don't know,
and my
oh
quill are
yeah,
criminals.
you gonna
They
have to put some
bad.
you have to put some little signs around there. You know how when you get close to the jail, it say "Do not pick up pedestrian or like
Don't pick this
hitchhikers.
bird
Don't pick
up.
up hitchhikers because you might be picking up some prisoners."
That's her. Oh,
Oh
bald head
my God.
scallywag.
She said
So I'm
West
a
Texas, El Paso. It will snow for a week in February. Yeah, I remember you lived in El Paso. I didn't want to tell it. I didn't know if you want people to know your business, child. Granted, I don't think they can come find you. It's enough people in El Paso. Real
yeah.
Kitchen Garden Diva say, "Hey ladies, I have been canning for a few days now and have been really enjoying your chat while I can. Thanks. You are very welcome. What you canning?
Oh, hey, thank you. And what you canning? I know I
Andy,
was
you
thinking
showing
of
out
cooking
today.
some chicken today, but shoot, I said I got a busy week, so I'm just gonna cook it and use it throughout the week. Chicken salad and stuff like that. Monday and Wednesday is our busiest days for
How
home
what
food and stuff.
how the schooling been going?
It's going well. It's going well. We're enjoying it so far this year, and the two youngest ones just started soccer too. So they do soccer on Monday,
Okay.
Wednesday, and then games on
When they
Saturday. So
when they play soccer, do they play with other homeschoolers or is it like a community soccer team?
community.
Okay.
So just
Baby
at the on
girl.
Saturday is different parks that come together and they just separate them by age. So they just
Okay.
paint like and Mia just played with the other third graders. Elijah
Okay.
just played with the other sixth graders.
Okay.
And then they all the ages practice together
Look,
with their own park. So and a lot
Elijah
of
in
their
sixth
homeschool
grade. Yeah, right.
friends, huh?
Elijah in sixth grade. Yeah, right. Look, I put money on Elijah is probably the biggest sixth grader out there. Grown man, talking about sixth
Yeah,
grade.
he is a big boy.
Elijah been here before. Elijah
He's a
been here
gentle
before.
giant.
No, I was like that though. I've been 5'8" since I was in the fifth grade. Like I was taller than my teachers. My teachers were afraid of me, actually.
Oh, really?
Like the smaller, like the little bitty white women, they was afraid of me. I don't know why, because I never like I told you, my mama didn't allow me to get out of order in school. So I don't even know why they
Yeah.
were scared of me, because I was scared of my mama. See, it don't matter that you scared of me, I'm scared of her.
They
So
just made that up and they mind. It wasn't
oh
about
yeah,
you, it
then
was about
baby,
them.
like when I would walk to hand in my papers, they would, kind of lean like they were scared I was gonna do something to them. Oh, I'm not gonna do nothing to you because I'm having to deal with my mama. I'm not gonna deal with her because she crazy.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like, is that Iris? No, that was Indy Army Chickadee. Yeah, you see, that's Uno's sister.
She's so
Real
cute.
Kitchen Garden Diva says she's canning cabbage, okra, and tomato. That okra and tomato sound good. Make sure you pack up
Ooh.
my can and send it
Share the
to
recipe.
J3GS. Talking about, he said he finished and praying for me. I need all the prayer I can get. Um, I need all the prayer I can get because I promise I'm going to hell in a handbasket. Hell in a handbasket.
You crazy.
But yeah, these animals, they'll sneak up on you.
I
Indy
have
can.
never canned cabbage. I would love to see that recipe.
I cooked cabbage last week. I've never canned it either, but I did cook some cabbage. I made cabbage and sausage. It was good. It was real
Yeah, that
good.
sounds good.
Yeah. And it's fast too. It don't take long. Just saute your sausage till it's, however you like it, and then I put onions and pepper and garlic and put my cabbage in there, and I put a little oregano in there and some thyme, and then just a little bit of broth. I don't boil my cabbage. I know some people like that. I don't like to boil. I sauteed it like and then I just let it cook all together until the cabbage get tender.
I also have my uncle makes the best cabbage like on the grill, but I've started doing a version of it in the oven where you just wrap it in the foil, but you have like meat and stuff in the middle, like cut the middle out.
Have you seen the boils that are similar to boil? The cabbage boil don't have no meat, but it's a similar concept. You cut the coal out and then you put your seasoning and stuff and wrap it in foil, and you can either do it on the grill and the oven. They've been showing
Mm-hmm.
that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Sound good.
I need to do a video of the squash puppies. Okay, Shay, I can try to work that out. They were, they were really simple though. I still can do a video, but for y'all that don't know, I did a short about the squash puppies. You can do it one or two ways. You can make your own hush puppy batter from scratch, or y'all know if you go on the aisle where the cornbread is in the store, they have hush puppy batter on the aisle if you don't want to make your own from scratch. I made mine from scratch, but it's simple. It's just cornmeal, flour, a little baking powder so that it rise, and then I put some onion powder in there because I wanted onion flavor in mine. But if you wanted, you can just do hush puppy batter. If you did hush puppy batter, follow the directions on the back. I think it tell you what you need, like whether you need an egg or milk or water, whatever you need. Just follow the
Mm-hmm.
directions. And with your squash, you don't want to put your squash in raw. You want to steam it just for a little bit, just to start it to getting tender. You don't want your squash to be raw hard as a rock, but just steam it a little. And when your squash get tender, you want to. I cut mine up in cubes and I steamed it for like 4 minutes, and then I took that squash and mixed it into the batter, and then I just dipped my batter. I took a spoon and dipped my batter out into the oil, whatever size little nuggets I wanted. Um,
Mm.
when you mix your batter, you want your batter to be. You don't want it to be like pancake batter. Y'all know how you put pancake batter in a skillet and it go out to a. You don't want it to be that
Mhm.
liquid. You want it to be a little thicker than that. You want it to be almost like cornbread, the consistency
Okay.
of cornbread. Because when you dip it into your oil, if it's too runny, it'll just go
It's
everywhere. You
gonna,
want it
yeah,
to
yeah.
you want it
Hold the
to
shape
hold
a little
together.
bit.
It's not gonna be perfect. Yeah, Shay. She said you want it thick like hot water corn. Yeah, you want it kind of thick because you want it to hold together.
Mm-hmm.
Real Kitchen Garden Diva said, retired chef here. That squash puppy sounds delicious. Please do the video. Oh, a retired chef, you say? Our other resident chef is not here. Uh, the one, Chuck Weezy is she don't call herself a chef, but she has two culinary degrees. She has two of them.
Yeah.
One in pastry and one in something else. Really,
Naya
really,
wants to go to culinary school.
really.
That's what she says these days anyway. You know the kids they out it changes from time to time, but recently culinary school has been her what she says she wanna do. So
Y'all disgusting. I don't know what y'all got into. Y'all doing too much for me
and
today.
I'm finna let y'all mama go because clearly y'all don't want us on the live long this time.
They just doing too much. These
No, we
animals is.
was on 3 hours anyway. We still did good.
We did. Let me see. Iris must be cutting up. No, it's Uno cutting up. Iris is over there being the queen that she is, sleeping. It is her
But Uno be
children.
cutting up. Even sometimes when you outside trying to do stuff on the porch, it be Uno the one you be like, you better hush. Every time it be Uno.
Uno something else, child. Uno something else. He's
Uno
scared. He's
say he
scared.
the one.
He the biggest one, but he's so scary. He got anxiety. I don't even know how he got anxiety. I don't even know how that happened. Like, if you put three hot over there for your family, you are a home shell.
Did
Oh,
you put what?
I think she's saying if you cook 3 meals a day, you a home shell.
Well, that's
Okay.
I guess I'm a chef too then. But I be cooking for survival. Do it count if I'm just cooking for survival? I think a
Lynette
chef
say,
chef like it.
I freeze cabbage, boil minute, pour off water, let drain, and fluff the cabbage bag and freeze. Oh, yeah, that seems like that makes sense.
Like
That's
blanching.
almost like yeah, that's almost like blanching. Like when you do green beans and stuff. Now they want to play. I wish you could see how they doing over here. Indy trying to play with Uno. It's hilarious. Uno like, I ain't for this BS. But yeah, they something else. What time is it, child? Oh, it's almost 2 o'clock.
Almost 2 o'clock.
Yes, and what you finna go in here and cook? You finna go cook something? Look at her, back for more. Indy,
I
this is
am
not
not
your
today.
live.
I'm not responsible for food today. My son is the breakfast person, and Anaya is responsible for lunch and dinner. So I have a jewelry order I got to get done, and I'm gonna plan the meals out for the week. Cause
Okay,
normally, because Monday's busy, I wake up and do breakfast and lunch because we have book club. So we eat breakfast, pack the lunch, go to book club all day, and then come
okay,
back, and then we gotta eat like a little bit of time to eat in between that and soccer practice. So
okay.
just planning, and then I've been trying to like record a lot of my promos in one day, and then throughout the week I can kind of like upload stuff as I go. So getting that. And if I can, I'm gonna try to plant some seeds in the garden when the sun go down. It ain't really cooling down out here like I would like for it to be, so I'm
Is it
still not out in
still?
the middle
It's
of the
still
day.
100 degrees.
Hmm.
Yeah. I don't. Clausen World lives some. The town is called Converse, I think,
Hmm.
and it's still hot as hell there too.
Yeah, I think that's one reason why my brassica babies was like, "Girl, you could try again. We got plenty of time because
Yeah.
we ain't gonna make it this time." But I do have some purple sprout broccoli. I think I have like two cauliflower. So if I catch up, I can still make it. And I'm still trying not to get plant starts.
Yeah. So the
But
children, do they read? They read certain stuff during book club, or
yeah,
is
this
it like an
time
Oprah book club?
they doing they're reading Charlotte's Web.
Okay.
And then we do like a packet together. They're also putting together a puppet show. So tomorrow we gotta bring the materials for them to make the puppet show. We're working on the set and stuff. And then my daughter, she wants to read. There's these like series of fairy books, so she was like, maybe we can read these. So we just try to find stuff. Number one, with black characters, or number two, something that they're all kind of interested in. So that way, sometimes we'll come and they'll read together out loud to work on the packet, or we'll do the packet at home. But it's just for them to come to get together. We start at the park, so they start at the park and play. Then we have lunch, then we'll have class. It might be like sometimes we'll do like sip and paints. And so we'll get them they little Welch's juice, girl, and they be sipping and painting for their little art class. We might like learn about a famous black artist or something first, and then let them do a sip and paint. So it started as book club, but really we do all kind of different stuff, spelling bees and like whatever kind of learning we just feel like we can work into the day, we do that. And then PE, like one of the dads, he comes and he'll do PE for the kids, and he does PE for the moms too.
Oh, you look. You didn't sound excited about that part.
He be so excited. That first week I was sore, I ain't gonna lie, man. And then I thought you had started working back at the post office. You off every Monday now? He told me, no, I asked him at the job to get Mondays off. I said, damn, every Monday?
Look, you was ready for him to go back to work.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I appreciate it, but I don't.
Jesus.
I know
Girl,
it's good for us
what
though.
did he have y'all doing? Aerobics or
Girl, last
what?
week we had to flip the tire. We had
Oh
to
yeah,
flip the
oh yeah,
tire
y'all was
backboard,
working. But
lots of
it
squats with
wasn't
the
that
dumbbells.
big. It wasn't that big of a tire. Hopefully he didn't have y'all flipping a big ass tire.
No, but it was hard. And then pulling the tire and then going
Yeah.
back and pulling it, pulling each other with the resistant band things. Girl running around the playground. I said my thighs was burning that first week. I said, Lord, every time I tried to step up and down the stairs, I said, oh, oh. Then he texted, oh, I'm so excited about Monday. Man, don't talk to me till Monday. Don't even
Girl,
don't
you
even
better,
group chat us until Monday.
you look. So you be having to be ready on Monday. You need to rest up tonight to get ready for tomorrow.
I need to stretch and soak in some Epsom salt.
Girl, girl, that's funny though. That's
That's
funny.
okay though. My birthday coming up, so I guess I'll be fine for my birthday.
That's what I was gonna say, child. He gonna have you sexy. What the little song say? Get it sexy. Get it sexy. Whatever they be saying on these little songs. Child, it take for the children to have to teach me this stuff because I don't be knowing nothing. Good. I be at the game. I be like, what song is that? The kids be saying. I said, sing it to me. How do it go? Because I don't.
Look, and my daughter, she not good at that because she's homeschooled, so she don't be knowing half the stuff either.
Yeah, see, I listen to music, but when I listen to Pandora, you tailor it to it gives you music based on what you
What you
already
like?
like. So I
Mm-hmm.
like, and even when I am in the car, I listen to the old school, the R&B station, like the old school station, like, so I listen to what my mama listened to. So that be what I got my Pandora, and it is new artists that come out because it's a new chick that she sound like Erica Badu, Jill Scott, and this other chick
I
all
know
mixed
who you
together.
talking about. Yep.
And and see that, so that's the stuff it recommends to me, and most of the time that's not what's played on like your typical urban rap station. Like,
Right.
so that's why I
Same.
like for instance, my Pandora never tells me anything about Sexy Red, Megan Thee Stallion, several, like that stuff don't. If that's what you listen to, fine, but that's not what I listen to. So you know,
Fact. Same.
because these little new little girls that's rapping, okay, all right. Cause it tickled me when them girls be talking about, oh yeah, this some good music. I be looking at them like,
Like, what is she saying for real? Like, half people not even saying nothing.
no, all they talking about is hoeing and be nasty. That's all they talking about. They ain't talking about nothing else. Like,
They
can we
talking about,
talk?
they talking about nothing. What they talking about? They talking about nothing.
Yeah, they ain't talking about nothing. Nothing at all.
Mm-mm.
But anyway, girl, I'm gonna let you get your lunch. Cause you gonna have to go to sleep in about an hour to be ready for tomorrow.
Facts.
You
I
ain't
got to
posted.
go to
You
bed.
ain't posted nothing on the jewelry channel, have you? Because you know YouTube be playing me.
No, I haven't. I just posted something on this channel though, because I hadn't been posting in a while because I've been working on the event. So I just now posted something, and I'm working on a one that I'm probably gonna put out tomorrow about how much it costs to raise quail because I feel like that's gonna be a good one because I couldn't find that
Yeah, yeah,
when I
because
was trying to do it.
because the people need to know how many Rubbermaid totes they're gonna need for solitary confinement. They need to know exactly how many of these totes.
They need to know when it gets real and they start pecking each other eyes out. Like, what y'all gonna
Maybe you need to create some little goggles for them, where the goggles, and then when they pick, it'll hit the goggle.
maybe so. Cause Falcon
They'll
got
find somewhere else to pick. They'll pick on the back of their heads. You got to put little football helmets on them. Just put little helmets with little face masks on.
this is a shame though. They ashamed. They ashamed. Y'all pray for the quail. That's why they be going in the freezer. I'm about to go check on Big Bird now. I told her, I said, hey girl, I'm gonna watch you all day. And if you act up, you going in the freezer.
Army Chickadee Cardi B lost a third. You're saying that the diamond stud she lost cost $13,000. What's up, Missy Grando? That's how much it costs. I don't care nothing for Cardi B either.
She lost a stud earring.
Army Chickadee said I had to go Google the $13,000 diamond stud Cardi B lost.
Hmm.
So it costs one stud costs 13,000. See, I'm gonna go back to what I was saying before. I saw something where they was talking about Aretha Franklin. I know y'all see I got a Aretha Franklin shirt on. They was talking about how I didn't realize that the government was tapping her phone. Like they were treating her like they was treating Martin Luther King. They were tapping her phones. They were following everywhere she went. Like they had this file on her that was all like it was like a lot of pages.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why they was doing all of that because Aretha Franklin realized that her platform had just that much power. Like they said, when Angela Davis got locked up, I think Aretha Franklin put up 10,000 or 12, 13,000. Now she put up quite a bit of her own money to try to get her out. When she was different tours and stuff she did to where she gave most of the money to the civil rights movement. Just different things like this. See, these heifers out here buying all this jewelry and stuff. I'm not moved by that. It doesn't do
Yeah.
anything for me. You have a platform and you have plenty enough money to live a good life because Aretha lived a good life and gave to the movement. I'm not saying be poor. I'm not saying
Also,
that
be more careful about where your investments are. I mean, I'm a
because them
jeweler, so
damn
I
diamonds is probably
actually think
blood
that
diamonds.
that's the thing, and also the value of diamonds is manufactured anyway. Like they're not as
They're not
rare
as valuable
as
as you. They're
they
not
try
as
to make
rare
it
as rubies
seem.
or emeralds. They're not as
So
rare as either one.
yeah, I'm not opposed to nice jewelry because I'm a jeweler and I know you could always trade it or melt it down or do something different to it. But I do think it could be excessive, like really excessive. And then also you're not even careful with it. Like if you got $13,000 in your ear,
Let
I'm
me
gonna put an
explain
extra
to
back
you
on
how if
that
I
thing.
had
Like
any piece of jewelry that cost $13,000, I'm probably not gonna wear that outside. I'm just
that's
being
gonna be locked somewhere.
that
It's
see because
be
here's
in
the
a safe
thing. So
deposit
the
box or
crown
something. Because then it's
jewels,
an asset. You could do something with it later on, but not if it falls out of your ear into an alley.
exactly. Because I don't think Cardi B understands this. In a way, what she's doing, if you want to look at it like this, kind of is like it's kind of a poor person's mentality. I'm gonna walk around with every bit of my wealth on. Do y'all realize, rich folks, like the crown jewels in Europe, you realize them bitches locked down, right? You realize
Right.
that rich folks, their heirlooms is in the safe. They're not going
And
nowhere
they
with
wear
grandmama
very
brooches and stuff.
plain
They ain't going
things.
nowhere with that stuff on.
Wealthy people are so plain for the most part. Like actual wealthy people are just regular plain looking people. They don't wear everything. They're not always trying to show. They actually don't want you to know how much they
Yeah.
have and where it is at all times. Like I don't know. I don't have anything against Cardi B personally. She came to Houston and she was at Walmart and it was a mess to me. Like the I just was like, I'm glad I don't shop at Walmart. Like I don't know why you're at Walmart. It was very ratchet interactions. Um
She's fairly ratchet,
I
especially
mean
but then
she's pregnant and she
but
was
my
in the
yeah,
bodysuit and she was
but
but
my
I
thing
was
is,
just like that baby.
this: do people remember when she said she wasn't black though? Do they remember when she said that? She said
I
that
don't
one
think I
time.
knew that.
She said that one time, and the people tore her ass to the bone on social media, dragged her for filth, and she snapped and said, took that back right quick. She said that one time.
Oh.
But you Janice say, yeah, you don't know wealthy people have anything. You're absolutely right. They'll walk around and they pay less in those little Jesus sandals. They'll walk around in all that little stuff, and you don't know what they have. And some of them walk around in regular cars. They don't even have expensive cars. They go
That's
get in
right.
a Toyota Camry, and they probably got a my box sitting at home, and you don't even know it. But yeah, Cardi B, like I said, more power to her. I don't have anything against a person. I don't care enough for her music. When I say
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't care enough
either.
for her music. It
Yeah,
don't
me
do nothing for
either.
me.
But I
And then
mean, people like it, I guess.
yeah,
I just was like, good thing
she
I'm gonna shop
glorifies
at
that
Walmart.
thing. Where she tells it how back in the day she used to drug guys and rob them or whatever she used to do. Like was she an escort? She was something
Oh,
in
I
that
thought she was just
vein.
a stripper.
Okay, she was a stripper then, but strippers do private shows sometimes.
Yeah.
And she said
Well,
when
I
she would
don't
do,
know. I think some people are like strippers plus, and I ain't never
yeah,
been a stripper, so I can't tell you what the whole
yeah,
job
some of them are,
description is. Because I
some of
thought
them are,
strippers were just in the club specifically
yeah, but some of them
stripping.
do other
Maybe you got a
stuff.
private show, but
Yeah, yeah,
no,
I
no
get what you're
further than
saying.
that. And I feel like
Yeah,
escort is like maybe after the
yeah,
show.
yeah, and
Because how you
escort.
drugging somebody in the club so the club is in on it? Because you
She was.
drugging them.
I think this was. I think these people would pay her for a private show, and then she would drug them or whatever. Now, whether she intended on sleeping with them or not, I have no clue. But she said she'd
Or
drug them
maybe they
dry.
had to believe she was so that she can get them
Yeah,
alone.
maybe.
Drug them.
And here's the thing: we don't even know if she telling the truth about that. She just could just be saying that just to make herself look, because nowadays
A
these
certain
girls do
way.
it because not trying to be funny. Megan Thee Stallion. I told my friend this. My friend told me how much he liked Megan Thee Stallion. I say I guess, and he was like, "What you mean?" I say, "Cause Megan Thee Stallion ain't really hood." He was like, "What you mean?" I said, when Tory Lane shot her in her foot, a real hood girl would have took that gun from him and pistol whipped the hell out of him, bleeding and all. I said that girl got out of the car, ran out in the street to the police, half naked, crying. Then she got on social media later, crying some more. Like, I'm not saying you don't have emotions, but I'm just saying, think about it. Real hood chicks, bro, we're not getting on social media crying. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. Your street cred is gone. Soon as you get on social media, he shot me. Your street cred gone. We not doing that. We gonna go in the bathroom, lock the door, cry a little bit, then come on out and shoot your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a way you do things. Hood people don't. And she told it that she ain't really hood. That she grew up watching her mama getting her ass beat. That's why she thought that her getting her ass, see, was normalized. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Mm.
then they start telling it. And that's why I said, you rapping like you so hood, that's a front. I don't run with fake people. I don't even really fool with fake. Like, just sing about your life, Megan. It's something in your life worth rapping about. Rap about your life. You don't have to be fake. You don't have to be fake. Like, that's too much for me. This is way too much. And you done let that boy, he 4'2", and you let him whoop you, and you twice his height. Tory
The
Lanez did an
pattern.
interview and was sitting down. He was shorter when he stood up than when he was sitting in the chair. You ain't
Nuh-uh.
seen that? Girl, go look and see how little Tory Lanez is. Tory Lanez so doggone little. I really do believe he a little person. I think, and I'm not trying to talk about little people. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
you 4 foot tall, you not gonna whoop me. And Megan Thee Stallion is my height, if not taller. I think Megan is actually taller than me. And I'm 5'8". Nah, your little 4'2" ass, you ain't finna whoop me. I'm sorry. We not going there. You not even gonna be able to get to the gun. You're not gonna be able to get to it because I'm finna pistol whip you now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, nah. So when they get on there and get to singing, so like they so hard and so aggressive, like you're not aggressive. Stop.
Her demeanor is very much.
She's very like she's aggressive, and when I seen her crying on social media, I was perplexed. Perplexed.
I
I
will
said,
say
"What's
I watched
going on?"
her. Was it a documentary or something where she talked about like her mom being her biggest fan and stuff like that? And I did love that for her. But I don't really
That's cool
listen to
though.
her music. I just know that she performed at Sam and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't really listen to her music very much.
She was smart enough to get her degree. I'm not sure what the degree was in, but she
Yeah, did she
did.
graduate from TSU? I
Yeah,
think so.
yeah.
Yeah,
She
she
went
got
to
her
that.
degree. I liked her relationship she had with her mom. That was like her best friend and stuff like that. Um, but
And
yeah,
see, that's
I'm
the
not
stuff
into
I feel
any
like
of
she
the
should rap
female
about.
rappers' music, really.
That's what I think she should rap about, not WAP. I don't think you should rap about WAP anymore. Like, but maybe I'm just tired of the little cliche little stuff. They over sexualize black women already. So I'm a tad bit tired of it. Just a
I
touch.
feel you. Like they ain't getting no plays from me for any of that.
Because at the same time, we can't talk about how other people view us when we put a certain view out
And
for
we do
money.
it to ourselves, right?
Yeah, you do it for money. Like, because you can't tell me the record labels. I put money on it. She was to make a song about her and her mother's relationship. and how positive it is, I bet you the record label will say, yeah, ain't nobody gonna listen to that. Go back to singing about WAP. See what I'm saying? That so just like when they leave out of the house, the stuff that they wear. Like I get it that you want to be sexy and stuff, but some of this stuff, which Lil Kim started it. Remember when she went to the award ceremony with only her nipple covered and all of this? Because who was that said something about it? She tried to cover it up. Was it Whitney or Diana Ross? I think it was Diana Ross. She tried to cover it up, and Diana Ross pulled her hands down, like, you wore it. Don't try to cover it up now.
Now, yeah.
And Mary J. Blige was just standing to the side looking. So it's like, but like I said, if they try to cover up though, because watch Janelle Monáe. When Janelle Monáe was staying covered, they wanted her to forever get naked, which she eventually did some.
And now she said, free her nipple, child. Free the nipple.
Yeah, because she did whatever fashion, whatever she did. I forget what event that was. And she was about half naked. But I will say this, Janelle Monáe don't be naked all the time, though.
She don't. I like Janelle Monáe. She actually has a lot of music that I like.
Yeah, I do too. I like it too.
So
the song with her and Erykah Badu is one of my favorites.
That is one of my favorite songs too.
Yeah. Queen, I think it was. That one was dope. The song she did with Prince was pretty dope too. It say something
with a lot of good songs. She got one with Miguel.
Yeah.
That I love.
Say something when Prince like you, because Prince was very selective. Erykah Badu too. Erykah Badu don't like everybody's music.
True.
And she definitely won't get on a track with everybody. Definitely won't. So yeah, it say something when I like Janelle Monáe's artists like Jadena, and the one that don't never get no play was Roman Giancarlo. Roman Gianarthur. You can only see his stuff on YouTube.
I'm about to look him up because I don't know him.
Honey, he play guitar and he yeah, but look him up because Janelle Monáe got her own record label. So she had Jadena and Roman. I think it's Gianarthur, but you'll see it if you see Roman. It's not Giancarlo, it's Gianarthur, I think. But him, and it was somebody else, but the two guys actually put out music. Cause you see, Jadena he told them people, he said, I'm in a relationship, I'm enjoying my relationship right now, music can wait. I said, oh, what?
I love that for them.
Yeah. But anyhow, girl,
how much do we give up all of the things that we love or really want to spend our time on for money? Like, if you live in your purpose, money will flow.
It will. It definitely will. I don't know. These people, I guess maybe it's the amount of money that they want. I don't know. I'm like, how much money can you have?
How much I'd like to know that too. Especially if you ain't donated it or helping nobody with it. Like,
no.
What you need so much for? Because then it gets excessive.
But anyway, if you're trying to build these dynasties, like, and I think people also don't understand the way that was done. Like I said, some of these families who had enough money, like, what I'm saying, Standard Oil, the dude who owns Standard Oil, all the money that he got, the railroad barons, the cattle barons, Rockefeller, all these different people that built up so much money that, generation after generation couldn't even spend it all. But you also have to understand how they was able to do that too. They was able to do that by screwing over a ton of people. Like, and if you think you're not gonna pay for that over time, okay, good luck.
I think a lot of people are starting to pay for a lot of things right about now.
And they're gonna be paying for some more. Just wait. And that's why I'm gonna continue to keep dropping seeds and tending to my little stuff.
Me too.
These people is playing games. They just don't understand. I went in the store the other day, so I don't buy soda, y'all. I saw that a 12-pack costs almost $8, a 12-pack of soda. I said, this what this stuff? But see, I don't drink, and And that I just so
Yeah,
happen to
we
be walking.
rarely, every once in a while, we might get a soda if I'm just feeling like something bubbly that's not
Yeah,
sparkling water, because normally it'll be sparkling water.
yeah,
And then I have syrups and stuff like Roselle syrup and stuff that I can drop in sparkling water and make it like a little soda anyway. So
yeah,
sometimes I don't be knowing what the prices look like. And I also only shop on sale. Like
yeah.
I'm not buy if it's on sale this week, that's what I'm cooking for dinner and everything. So I don't even know what regular prices be looking like, because before I go in the store, I've already gone through the sale paper. I already clipped my little digital coupons, and I'm not paying regular price because this will go on sale later.
Yeah. I'm very similar. I just so happened to be walking down the aisle and it caught my eye, like the price, because I was walking through the store to get to something else, and the price kind of caught my eye. Because, like I said, when I go in the store, I look at, because my store put stuff on clearance. I go look at them little clearance, and like I said, a lot of times the
Mhm.
clearance stuff will guide that, and the sale items will guide what I'm, you know, plus whatever I may already have, like whatever I already have here as well. That kind of guides what I'm going to cook,
Mhm.
because I ain't got time to be fooled with these folks, you know.
Mm.
But yeah, it's gonna be a whole lot of people feeling all kind of stuff. You know, they complaining because China ain't bought no soybeans. China has not bought one soybean. Y'all thought y'all was gonna play with them Chinese people. When that man told, when that man say, yeah, China has been here for 5 dynasties and will continue to. I hollered when he told
Me
them.
too. Like,
But
what did
see,
y'all think that China was really fully dependent? That's the thing, is that our
so
ego in America is so great, and it's inflated. It's ridiculous because we don't even produce that much. Like, we don't have our dollar is backed by nothing. Like, it's just it don't make
and the
good
dollar
sense
is
to
falling.
act the way that they acting. Like,
And
it don't make sense.
how old is America? How old is
Um,
how old are we? 200, and we're not even 300 yet, are we? I don't think
no.
so. So we 200 and something. You mean to tell me you was finna say something slick to a place that has recorded history for thousands of years? Like China has recorded written history that goes back, I think, 2 or 3 thousand years. What you thought you was finna tell them people? Like, and that's what
Like
I keep.
it's pretty sad to watch though, like to watch it, because I'm like them Arkansas farmers, y'all finna be some sharecroppers in 2 seconds, and I'm not
Baby,
laughing,
and
but
let
I'm
me tell you
laughing
how I need to put my notices on for when land go up for sale and if it's cheap enough.
because
Cause
that's what everybody's
I
waiting
may need to
on.
build me some little shacks. I need to buy the land and see how much it's gonna be to build me some little shacks for them to stay in.
Put you some sharecroppers on there.
And no, blacks you cannot apply to be sharecroppers. Whites only. They gonna take this video down. They gonna be like,
Tables have turned.
this video coming down. But no,
They're
really
doing
though.
it to each other though. Like what I mean, what we didn't do anything but just wait for the land to get sold.
And you say you have no money to move, sir. Oh, really? Well, you won't be staying in this big old farmhouse no more. I'm finna build you something. It's gonna be something out behind the barn. You're gonna be
And you
behind the
can
cow.
live here if you work it.
Hello.
You're welcome. We're so generous.
Yeah.
Y'all can share
Does
problems.
anyone know if longevity spinach cuttings will last in water for months? I
Yep,
don't know. For okay, well, Aisha say yeah, Missy. So go ahead, go
I'm
for it.
pretty sure. If not, I have plenty for you. But yeah, I don't
Me
see why
too.
not.
Army Chickadee knew the age. I should have known military. 248 years old. That's how old
Thank
America.
you. Mhm. I was
I remember
close in
when
my
we were in
mind, but I was looking
ROTC, we
like too
used to have
close.
to know a lot of that stuff. They used to make us know, like, you had to know China Command, you had to know basic facts about America. We used to have to know that stuff. But
Yeah.
that's because when they used to come do inspections, when they come through and the people from the army, they may stop and ask you questions. And you have to know those questions because being in the military, because you're America's defense mechanism. You're supposed to be very patriotic, and so you're supposed to know, like, who's second in command? If this person dies, who takes over? How old is
Mhm.
America? It's just different. We always thought it was stupid because at the end of the day, it's like, can you kill somebody or not? That's what
Right.
it boiled down to. Like,
Straight up.
but you know, it is what it. JROTC is. You know, I don't think JROTC is. I think they try to mimic the military, but I don't think it's. I don't even think it's remotely close. I don't think so. I could be wrong, but
I never was in JROTC. I had a best friend that was in. It doesn't seem close as far as like we were gonna join like the National Guard and we did like the drills and reserves and stuff like that. I definitely think it's different. It's definitely like kid level, but that's okay because they're kids.
yeah,
And
yeah.
you might just want to learn a little bit of discipline or how to do a little drill. You know what I'm saying? You might not be trying to go fight for nobody's rights or nothing. So,
Yeah, when I went to, so we was in ROTC, and like I said, our battalion was actually pretty good. Our battalion, I think they were grooming us to try to go to the military in a lot of ways, but
mhm.
um, and a lot of people did go,
Depending on the location
and
too,
some didn't. Yeah, because like
and the branch.
one dude went to the army. He was an army ranger for a while, and then he became a Green Beret. So he was really serious about
Yeah.
combat and that type thing. Like he was, but but yeah, we went to mini camp at Fort Hood where we got to kind of do part of basic training. We didn't get to do it all, but we got to do a little bit of basic training and what they go through in basic training. And when we went to basic training, I knew then I didn't want to go to. I knew then though when we went to that, I said, "Oh no, this ain't for me." Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Now I liked it when we was in school. The stuff we would learn, like learning how to shoot and learning how to read maps and learning how to set up tents and camp, and I like that stuff. And I like drilling. I actually did like drilling. Like I said to myself, if I did go to the military, I'd be a Marine, but I'd be in the silent drill team. But women can't be in the silent drill team. It's all men. So I couldn't even do that.
Mhm.
So and the silent drill team honestly is pointless. All they do is they just go do like basketball games, like exhibition shows. They don't really do anything. So
Mhm.
it's kind of pointless. Just like all these people have armies, like like bands, like the Army band, the Marine band, the Air Force band. Girl, they came in college and tried to recruit us to go do that. They tried to recruit us to go get in the Army band and Marine band and stuff like that. Yeah, they get you into that stuff and tell you, yeah, you're a professional musician, you'll never see combat, and they'll lie to you and send you straight to combat because
Mhm.
somebody went and did it, and then they went and saw combat, and when they came back, they got out too. They was like, they told me I wasn't gonna have to fight, but when you in the
And
military, hey,
see,
you
what
got
if you wouldn't paying back?
see,
And they
see.
done lied to you because they don't care about your life. Be careful with your body because they ain't. They'll
And
tell you
that's
anything.
not what that dude went for. He really just wanted to be a musician. Like he was like, they told me all I was gonna have to do was be a musician. But like I told him, I said, but you got to go through basic training. Basic training is about that ain't about you don't have your horn at basic training, was it? Like
Right.
you do
Everybody
not
gonna
have
go
your
through
horn
this
at.
first
What you
because
think
you
they
got to
teaching you
fight.
how to duck and roll and all that? What you think they teaching you that for?
Not to play an instrument, bro.
Exactly. You did not show up to basic camp. You didn't show up like that. That ain't how you showed up. You showed up in camouflage. That's what you had on. Like, girl, when he came back and told us he had to go overseas, he said when he came back, he hurried up and got out of that thing. He said,
I know that's right.
look, Army Chicken D say you ain't playing no tuba on the battlefield. Exactly. Because they don't even take, like in the Civil War, they did used to have drums and stuff at the front and bugles, but they don't do that no more. That's old.
Mhm.
They don't do that no more. Like in high school, my high school band was called a Vanguard. Vanguard was the musicians that was in front of the fighters. They was right behind the front line. They was supposed to give them morale. They was supposed to play things to get them geeked up to go kill somebody. That's what the Vanguard was. But they don't have Vanguards no more. They ain't got
Mhm.
that no more. So that's a wrap. Like,
Dang.
But yeah, child. But anyhow, y'all, we gonna get out of here. It was fun having y'all.
Thank
We
you
gonna
guys
holler.
so much for joining. We'll be
Army
back
Chickadee,
next
let me
week.
ask. I'm gonna ask her this question right quick and see if she answers it in the next few seconds. Then we're gonna get up. Army Chickadee, what you doing? You painting? Is you building houses? Is you? Cause she be doing some of every doggone thing. Cause I had a question. I was gonna call you and ask you right quick. Um, but y'all, we had fun and we will be back next week on Aisha channel unless something came up. Aisha was busy last week, which we both have lives, so we pretty, but we regular though. We don't miss too often. We regular, so
Yeah, we
but
do the best we can to come and connect with y'all. We
she
appreciate y'all
say
so
all
much.
of the above. Well, Army Chickadee, do me a favor and call me at some point today when you get free, cause you be so tied up. This woman be Lord,
Busy.
the country is shut down if something happened to Army Chickadee. Real talk, the
I
country gonna
believe
shut
it.
down. But we will see y'all next week, and we had fun. And y'all don't forget we'll be on Aisha's channel. So if you was here this week, make sure you go over to Aisha channel next week. Um, and we'll do it all over again.
Yeah.
Watch, rinse, repeat. You go
See
get in
y'all
the
next
bed. You go get in the bed because you got CrossFit in the morning.
time. Oh no, pray for me.
Girl, you gonna be all right. You gonna be sexy.
I'm gonna
Get
be
it sexy.
strong.
When you be doing your little repetitions, be saying get it sexy. Get
Okay,
it.
I'm gonna think of you.
Okay.
Y'all keep me strong. See y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, jeez.